What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, where I'll be doing another live stream of my live play-by-play and reactions, and I'll be doing this throughout the season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament as well. So feel free to like my channel, share, and subscribe to my videos, as tonight will be a battle for the ages here between two of the top 5 teams in the nation. Inside the SEC, we have you covered. It's the number 1 team in the nation, the Tennessee Vols, and they'll take on the number 5 Kentucky Wildcats. This one will take place at Rupp Arena. It will be a battle between these two teams in the SEC. We're about 5 minutes or so away here from tip-off, so I'm going to get you into some of the pregame stuff before we do go into the tip-off here and into the basketball game, where I'll be taking you play-by-play throughout the game, as this one will take place at Rupp Arena, the home of the Kentucky Wildcats in Lexington, Kentucky. The number 5 Kentucky Wildcats, they come into this game with a record of 20-4 overall, 9-2 in the SEC, as they're 13-1 at home this season. They did lose their last game against LSU, as LSU is in the top 25 as well. They're 19th right now in the nation, as that was a close one, 73-71 on Tuesday, as LSU got the tip in at the buzzer to win it, as that did snap Kentucky's 10-game winning streak. P.J. Washington led the Wildcats that game with 20 points and he had 9 rebounds against the LSU Tigers. And then the game before that, last Saturday, Kentucky won another close one against Mississippi State at Mississippi State. That one was 71-67, as P.J. Washington led the Wildcats with 23 points. He was 9 for 13 from three-point in that game, as he was 9 for 13 shooting from the floor. He was 3 for 3 from three-point range in that game. We look to some of the impact players for tonight from this Kentucky Wildcats team, and we see 2 of these guys right here could be impact players, and maybe a third, as Keldon Johnson is one of them, as he's 7th right now in the SEC in three-point shooting percentage. He shoots the ball just above 40% from behind the arc for Keldon Johnson, as he has 19 games this season with double-digit points. The other impact players to look out for is Tyler Hero. Same thing with him. The freshman guard from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is Hero, has 19 games as well this season with double-digit points. And then we look at P.J. Washington, who was the leading scorer in the past 2 games for the Kentucky Wildcats. And for right now, he's got 20 or more points in 6 of the last 7 games for P.J. Washington, as he leads the Kentucky Wildcats this season average points per game, just above 14 points per game. He's also 4th in the SEC in the rebounds, as he averages just above 8 rebounds per game. As we welcome you in here to Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing live play-by-play and reactions tonight to Tennessee versus Kentucky, as I'm going over the Kentucky Wildcats information before pregame here, as their record against the top 25 this season, they were 4-2. They lost to number 2 Duke in the season opener. That was the State Farm tip-off in Indianapolis. They lost that game 118-84, but other than that, they won 4 games in a row against top 25 teams. They beat North Carolina by 8. They beat Auburn, who was in the top 25 for a little bit. They also beat Mississippi State, who was in the top 25 early January, and then they beat Kansas by 8 as well. And they lost against LSU their last game on that tip end, 73-71, as this is the first matchup between Tennessee and Kentucky this season, as they will play again on Saturday, March 2nd in Knoxville at 2 p.m. As, Kentucky this season's had 3 close losses out of the 4 games. The season opener, they got crushed against Duke. They lost that one 118-84, but other than that, the 3 other losses that Kentucky's had, they have lost those 3 games by a combined 5 points, as they lost to Seton Hall 84-83 this season, lost at Alabama 77-75, and the last game against LSU by 2. What the Kentucky Wildcats really do well, right now they're 3rd in all college basketball in rebound margin, as they have about an average of a little bit less than 10 rebounds more than their opponent every game. As we welcome you in here, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. And I'll be doing live streams, play-by-play, and live reaction all season long to college basketball games as we look to the #1 team in the nation coming in on the road today, the Tennessee Vols, 23-1 overall, 11-0 in the SEC, and they're 6-0 on the road this season. They have the longest active winning streak right now in all college basketball. They've won 19 games in a row. They've only played 2 games against the top 25, however, which right now they're 1-1 against the top 25. Their only loss this season was against number 14 Kansas. That was on November 23rd in the NIT season tip-off title game, where they lost 87-81 against Kansas. And then the other game besides that against the top 25 opponent was the win against Gonzaga, which they beat them 76-73 as Admiral Schofield hit a clutch three-pointer to go ahead and won the game against Gonzaga. He had back-to-back three-pointers to close out the W on December 9th against Gonzaga. But as we look to the last 2 games here for the Tennessee Vols, we look to their game against Florida that they won by 12 last Saturday, as the Florida Gators right now currently sit on the bubble. They're in the group with the first 4 out, is right now Florida has a record of 13-11. They are 5-6 overall, as Tennessee beat them last Saturday 73-61, and the Vols had 4 players in double-digit points that game, as Grant Williams led the team with 16 points. Then behind Admiral Schofield with 14, Jordan Bowden got in there with 13, and Jordan Bone with 10. And then the last game for the Tennessee Vols, they beat South Carolina, another victory by 12 points, as Admiral Schofield did it again, leading the scoring, as he had a double-double with 21 points and 10 rebounds in the win on Wednesday. We look to the key players for tonight's game for the Tennessee Vols, and we do see Grant Williams as one of the key players here. He's first in points scored in the SEC right now, as Grant Williams averages 19.4 points per game. He's also the leading rebounder on the Tennessee Vols. He averages just above 7 rebounds per game, as Grant Williams had a career-high 43 points against the Vanderbilt Commodores back on January 23rd, and he was a perfect. This was his perfect from the free throw line right here. Guess what that is? 23 for 23 from the free throw line for Grant Williams in that game. That's amazing right there, that stat line. And then we look to Admiral Schofield. He has 4 double-doubles this season, right behind Grant Williams in points per game, as he averages just below 17 points per game right now, as Admiral Schofield is 5th in the SEC in points per game. And then don't forget about Jordan Bone, as he's had 4 games right now with 10 or more assists on the season, as he's also first in the SEC in assists, as he averages 6.5 assists per game. And right now, that's currently good for a mark of 11th right now in all college basketball. As we look to what Tennessee really does well, there's a couple of categories here, as Tennessee right now is 2nd in all college basketball in assists per game, as they average just below 20 assists per game. That's only behind Michigan State, which is at number 1, led by Cassius Winston as their point guard. As coming into this game, Jordan Bone, the point guard for Tennessee, is first in the SEC in assists per game, and he sits at 11th right now, also for total assists in all college basketball. Also, what else Tennessee does well? Where they're 3rd right now in the country in blocks per game, as they have 134 total blocks on the season. That's good for an average of just below 6 blocks per game. Only in front of them is the Washington Huskies with Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year last year, Matisse Thybulle, and then the Duke Blue Devils are number 1 with that stacked lineup: Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, Trey Jones, and there Marquise Bolden as well. And then what else Tennessee does well? Well, they're 2nd right now in all college basketball in shooting percentages. Right now, they average coming into this game 51.6% conversion on all their shots from the field. The only team that's better than them was a team that they beat in non-conference play this season, and that was the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Gonzaga right now is number 1 in the nation in shooting percentage. So that's a little bit of the information for these two teams, the Kentucky Wildcats and the Tennessee Vols. We're a couple of minutes away here from tip-off, so I'm excited to get this one going very, very soon here, as we'll look to the scoreboard in a few minutes, and I'll let you guys know when the stream's going to start. We will look at the SEC standings here since we're doing it, as Tennessee is out in front 11-0 in the SEC, and then right behind them is LSU coming off the win at the buzzer against Kentucky on Tuesday, which propelled LSU to 10-1 in the conference. And then Kentucky sits at third right now as they're 9-2 in the SEC. Behind them all is Ole Miss and South Carolina at 8-4 in the conference. South Carolina, however, only has a record of 13-12 this season, but they're fourth right now in the SEC. As we are a couple of minutes away here, I'll update you guys on the scoreboard since we're waiting. Feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I'll be doing live streams of my play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. We'll see what's going on over here, as we do have a few games going on. LSU playing against Georgia in a nail-biter right now, as LSU is up with less than 30 seconds left, 82-79, as Georgia has taken a timeout. Tremont Waters leading the team for the Tigers right now with 20 points on the night. And we are almost to this game right now. Tennessee and Kentucky coming up very shortly from Rupp Arena. As we look to that standings on the board, Tennessee first in the SEC, 11-0. LSU sitting right behind at 10-1, and then Kentucky is at 9-2 right now in the SEC. Ole Miss at 8-4, South Carolina as well, and then behind them is Auburn and Florida at 6-6. Should be a good one for tonight's game. Tennessee against Kentucky.
Decir la potencia.
58% freshmen on this Kentucky squad, and Tennessee, no freshmen at all on the squad playing for the Vols inside that starting lineup for tonight. This should be a good game for both of these teams. Tennessee against Kentucky. And we got the starting lineups going out right now, so we're a couple of minutes away from tip-off. Feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing my live play-by-play and reactions all season long to college basketball games. This should be a good one. A battle between number 1, Tennessee, against number 5, Kentucky. So stay there. We're a few minutes away from tip-off, as we got a couple of key players here. P.J. Washington for the Kentucky Wildcats will be a factor tonight, as he has 20 or more points in 6 of the past 7 games this season. He's also the leading scorer for Kentucky, as he averages 14.4 points per game. He's also the leading rebounder, as he's 4th right now in the SEC in rebounds. P.J. Washington is, as he averages just above 8 rebounds per game. And don't forget his 3-point shooting percentage as well, as P.J. Washington sits 2nd right now in the SEC in 3-point shooting percentage, just above 43% conversion from behind the arc. And then we'll look to the impact players for Tennessee in just a minute. As thank you so much for joining me. What's up, man? Pretty good game tonight, hopefully. 2 top 5 teams here in college basketball, so this should be a good one. Tennessee and Kentucky. We look to Tennessee before we get to the tip-off, and we see the all-star point guard for the Vols, Jordan Bone, as he's 1st right now in the SEC in assists per game. He averages 6.5 assists per game, and then he's 11th right now in all college basketball with assists per game. This should be a good one, Tennessee and Kentucky, as we're going to tip off this momentarily here. Tennessee, their 19th game-winning streak is the longest in school history, as Kentucky right now is 11-3 at home against top 5 matchups in the history of Kentucky basketball. This should be interesting. Right now, Kentucky against Tennessee. We're almost getting ready for tip-off here. as Tennessee is meeting on the floor, getting ready. Kentucky getting their fans pumped for this one. We are very shortly going to tip this off. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I'll be doing live play-by-play and reactions to college basketball games throughout the season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. Tennessee in their orange jerseys, white lettering for this one. Kentucky in their white home jerseys with blue lettering. Kentucky all-time against #1 opponents. Their record is 7-15 as they've lost 6 of the last 7 games against the #1 team in the AP Top 25 as they meet at the tip-off circle for this one, and the Kentucky fans are pumped up. We got ourselves a ball game that's about to get underway right now. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as this one is tipped off. Kentucky gets the ball first. Takes it past the timeline with Ashton Hagans, who passes the ball off. Now back to Hagans at the Kentucky logo. Hagans feeds the ball off to the free throw line. Trying to go inside. PJ Washington, and looks like we already have an offensive foul called on Washington as he tried to go into the lane, and he dribbled and ran over a Tennessee defender right there. So number 25, PJ Washington, just goes full force right there to Grant Williams. Grant Williams takes the charge for Tennessee. So already a foul to start things off, and Tennessee now with the ball off the Kentucky turnover. Tennessee at the right wing with it, dribbling with the ball. Lamonte Turner feeds the ball off now to the left wing behind the arc. The feed inside, going down into the low post, and the ball is stolen by Kentucky. Kentucky now with the ball, takes it past the timeline. Ashton Hagans, left wing with the ball. Hagans trying to dribble inside. Ashton Hagans, no good, too hard. Off the backboard, rebounded by the Vols. They take it past the timeline into the hands of Jordan Bone. Bone trying to dribble inside, floats the shot up, and it's up and in. With 19:05 left to go in the first as Tennessee strikes first. 19 minutes left. Kentucky with the ball down 2-0. They take it past the timeline with Ashton Hagans. Hagans at the Kentucky logo, dribbling out towards the left wing. Hagans looking for a man who's open, is tipped away by Tennessee, but the ball goes out of bounds. And Kentucky will get the ball back. So Jordan Bone strikes first for Tennessee as he floated the shot up, and it went up and in. As the score right now is 2-0 in the early stages here. 18:50 left to go in the first. Kentucky will inbound after the ball was knocked out of bounds by Tennessee. So the Wildcats get it back into the hands of Ashton Hagans, dribbling towards the right wing. Top of the key three from the outside, and it hits by PJ Washington, getting things going for the Wildcats. Kentucky 3, Tennessee 2. 18:32 left to go in the first. Tennessee with the ball, left wing behind the perimeter to the top of the key. Lamonte Turner with the ball at the right wing. Turner feeds the ball to the free throw circle to Jordan Bone as it goes into the hands of Turner again. Turner passes the ball. They're passing around the perimeter now for Tennessee at the left elbow. Feeds the ball inside to Kyle Alexander. Jumper. It's short and is rebounded by the Wildcats, who take it past the timeline with 18:06 left to go in the first. Kentucky with the ball into the hands of Ashton Hagans. Passes the ball right wing. Back to Hagans at the top of the key. Hagans taking his time, calling the plays here. 15 on the shot clock, 17:55 remaining. Top of the key three, no good from the outside. Rebounded by Grant Williams of Tennessee. And the Vols will take it up past the timeline with Jordan Bone. Bone trying to go inside, and the ball goes out of bounds, but is last stripped out of the hands by Jordan Bone and last touched by Kentucky. So Tennessee will get the ball back here with under 18 to play in the first. So yeah, good game so far in this one. 3-2 in the early stages here. 17:45 remaining. Tennessee with the ball now into the hands of Lamonte Turner, who feeds the ball off top of the key here with Grant Williams. Back to Jordan Bone, who has it at the free throw circle. Shoots the jumper, no good, rims out, rebounded by Kentucky. The score right now, Kentucky 3, Tennessee 2, with 17:25 left to go in the first. The ball's into the hands of Ashton Hagans, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. Hagans, guarded by Turner. He passes the ball off. This is into the hands of PJ Washington, now into the low post. Washington, jumper, hits it! And Kentucky has the 5-2 lead with 17:05 left to go, and all 5 points have been by P.J. Washington for the Wildcats. Tennessee with the ball now, and they're passing around the perimeter, left wing, around the outside. Turner with it. He feeds the ball off to Jordan Bone at the top of the key. Right wing now with Turner. Passes the ball to the top of the key to Grant Williams. He passes the ball right wing to Lamonte Turner. Step back deep two from the free throw circle. No good. Rebounded by Kentucky into the hands of Reed Travis. Gets the ball to Ashton Higgins. They pass the timeline. If you're just joining us, Kentucky is up 5-2 with 16:32 left to go in the first. Ashton Higgins with the ball for the Wildcats. Around the perimeter, right side towards the Kentucky logo. Feeds the ball to the right wing, trying to dribble inside. Kicks it back outside. P.J. Washington dribbling baseline. And we have a foul here. And P.J. will go to the line for two with 16:20 left to go. So I'm going to update the score here. Tennessee 2, Kentucky 5. $16:20 left to go in the first. And at the line is P.J. Washington, who has all 5 points so far by the Wildcats. First one he misses from the free throw line. So P.J. Washington shoots the ball at just below 70% this season from the free throw line. As the past 7 games, 6 of the last 7 games, P.J. Washington has had 20 or more points. Second shot from the line by P.J. That one hits the front part of the rim short, and the rebound for it, and it's rebounded by P.J., so he gets his own rebound back off the free throw. So Kentucky with the ball with 16:11 left to go in the first. They're passing around the perimeter. Ashton Higgins passes the ball to Reed Travis, who tries to dribble inside and is stolen away by Tennessee. Score right now is Kentucky 5, Tennessee 2 with 16 minutes left to go in the first. Tennessee with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Jordan Bone at the left wing of the perimeter towards the Rupp Arena logo. Dribbling now, and he passes the ball. Jumper at the free throw circle, and it hits by Admiral Schofield of Tennessee, and we got ourselves a 1-point game. Kentucky 5, Tennessee 4, 15:38 remaining in the first. And feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Dribbling with the ball now is Tyler Hero. Feeds the ball to P.J. down into the low post. P.J. gets it up and in as he floated in the right-hand shot into the key right there, and he gets it to fall. All 7 points by Kentucky have been by P.J. Washington. Kentucky with a 7-4 lead, and the ball was almost stolen, and Tennessee does get it back right next to the baseline, and it looks like there is a foul on the play. So I'm going to update the score here for you guys. It looks like we do have a timeout on the floor that was called, so I'm going to update here the score. This one is close. 15:08 left to go in the first. Kentucky 7, Tennessee 4. As we got ourselves a commercial break. And feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. 15:08 left to go in the first. And I just updated the score here. So Kentucky's up 7-4. While we're on commercial break, I'll go into the box score and look at what's going on with all these team stats early in this one. But P.J. Washington making an impact early for the Kentucky Wildcats so far. He has all 7 points early on in this game for UK. So we look to the box score here of what's been going on early in this one. Tennessee shooting the ball from the field. They're 2 for 5 right now. Kentucky is 3 for 5 to start out this game. Kentucky right now is 1 for 2 from 3-point shots behind the arc, as that one was made by P.J. Washington. Has all 7 points so far for the Wildcats. Kentucky's turned the ball over twice. Right now, Tennessee has turned the ball over once in a block as well early on in this one by the Wildcats. And both of the teams right now with 1 steal as well. We look to the leading scorers here for Tennessee, as the points have been right now they're even with the point scoring, as Admiral Schofield has 2 points, and then chipping in is Jordan Bone with 2. Jordan Bone added an assist early in this one as well. And of course, P.J. Washington with all 7 points for Kentucky. He also did have a block, so that's big, and a rebound so far. Reed Travis coming in with a rebound as well. 2 rebounds so far by Tyler Hero in the early stages of this one for the Wildcats. So I'll keep you updated and posted on this game. We're on commercial break right now. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing live play-by-play and reactions all season long to college basketball games. Just going to give you some SEC updates here since we're on this commercial break, and we see that number 19 LSU just keeps on building off that W the other night against Kentucky, as LSU just finished up against Georgia, and number 19 LSU has won that game 83-79. And yeah, big win for Florida today as they're on the bubble. They improved to 14-11 overall as they beat Alabama 71-53 in that one. So feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. That's my channel. And stay in the know all season long with college basketball, as I'll take you through live play-by-play and reactions to all these games throughout the regular season here and the March Madness tournament as well. As we are almost back to action right now. 7-4 Kentucky with a 3-point lead with 15:08 remaining in the first. Tennessee will inbound. So Admiral Schofield here will get the inbound for Tennessee as he throws the ball in, and it goes into the hands of Turner. And back to the hands of Schofield here. Left wing now with Turner. Feeds the ball down into the low post with his Grant Williams. Williams trying to back his way in there. Kicks the ball outside. Top of the key, 3 by Turner. No good. And the fight for the rebound. It's up, and it's tipped up in the air and rebounded by E.J. Montgomery, trying to push the tempo, and a huge block going the other way by Tennessee. But Kentucky gets the ball back, and the floated up shot, no good. And the battle for the ball as it goes out of bounds towards the left corner next to the 3-point line. As we'll see who the refs call this one out, as it looks like it was last touched by Tennessee. So Kentucky will get the ball back here as the Wildcats are up 7-4 with 14:41 remaining. So UK with the inbound as the ball goes into the hands of Emmanuel Quickly, dribbling towards the right wing. Feeds the ball at the top of the key to Reed Travis, now at the left wing with its Tyler Hero. Right wing with the ball for the Wildcats. Trying to dribble, working baseline with a jumper, and it hits by Ashton Higgins, who tried to work baseline there, and somebody else besides P.J. Washington has finally scored for Kentucky. The score right now, Kentucky 9, Tennessee 4. Tennessee with the ball, top of the key, 3, nothing but net from the outside. Grant Williams delivering 9-7 with 14 minutes left to go in the first. Quickly takes the ball past the timeline towards the left wing now for Kentucky. Feeds the ball off to the top of the key. Right wing now with the ball into the hands. Keldon Johnson passes that one off. That's the Tyler Hero. And the ball goes inside, and we do have a travel called by Emmanuel Quickly of Kentucky. So the ball will go back to Tennessee. As we look at this replay here, the beautiful setup for the top of the key 3 by Grant Williams by Tennessee, what we just saw a minute ago right there. So Grant Williams from behind the arc shooting 30% on the season, as he's 1 for 1 tonight as he hit the last shot that he took. The score right now is Kentucky 9, Tennessee 7. We have 13:45 left to go in the first. Tennessee with the ball as they dribble past the timeline. As now they're passing the ball around the perimeter for Tennessee. Jordan Bone at the top of the key with it. Bone trying to dribble inside. Step back, left elbow, deep 2. No good. Hits the short part of the rim and is rebounded by Kentucky. They take it past the timeline. Left wing now with Keldon Johnson trying to dribble inside the low post. Floats one up, could not go. Rebounded in an offensive rebound by Nick Richards of Kentucky as the Wildcats get it back. And it looks like Keldon Johnson was on the ground for a minute, as well as we have a stop here in the time with 13:14 left to go in the first. We'll see what happened to Keldon Johnson. So looks like he was trying to rebound that ball, and that's where he hit the floor hard right on his back. Keldon Johnson, as he tried to get his own rebounds. Kentucky did get the rebound, but he fell hard to the floor. So Kentucky gets the inbound with 13:10 left to go in the first. At the right wing now with the ball is Reed Travis. Dribbling, and now they pass it top of the key to Nick Richards. Now left wing with it back to the top of the key to the right wing now for the Wildcats. They pass it to the top of the key. Nick Richards with the ball again. Left wing, Ashton Higgins trying to dribble inside. Higgins floats, tries to float up the alley-oop. They couldn't get it to fall, but the teammate right there, E.J. Montgomery, picks him up with a slam jam, so the alley-oop could not fall. Intended for Nick Richards, but E.J. Montgomery was there and puts it home. 11-7, Kentucky is up. Tennessee with the ball at the left wing. Passes it to the top of the key. Jordan Bowen, left wing three from the outside by Tennessee. No good. And it's rebounded by Kentucky as they take it in transition now. Right wing with Ashton Higgins. Higgins to the right corner looking for somebody who's open. Feeds the ball. Low post, Nick Richards. Too strong off the backboard, but we do have a foul. And Nick Richards will go to the line for 2 for Kentucky. The score right now is Kentucky 11, Tennessee 7 with 12-17 left to go in the first. So right now, Nick Richards will shoot 2 from the line for the Wildcats. As Richards, from the free throw line this season, is just below a 62% free throw shooter, and he misses his first from the line. As it looks like right now, we're getting a replay from the last game. Nick Richards missed his first shot from the line by Kentucky. The score right now is 11-7 with 12-17 left to go in the first. PJ Washington leading the scoring right now for the Wildcats with 7 points. As Kentucky's last 3 losses have been by a total of 5 points combined this season. So they lost to Seton Hall by 1 in non-conference play, lost to Alabama by 2, and they just lost to LSU on Tuesday on the tip-in at the buzzer. Second shot from the line by Nick Richards, and he hits it. So the score right now is Kentucky 12, Tennessee 7 with 12-17 remaining. Looks like Nick Richards he's the sophomore from Kingston, Jamaica, checks out of the game, so he's on the bench now. He just made the last free throw. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do live play-by-play and reactions all season long to college basketball games. Tennessee with the ball now at the right wing. With it, and they pass it to the top of the key. Top of the key 3 from the outside. No good by Admiral Schofield. Offensive rebound by Tennessee, and it's up and in by Kyle Alexander. 12-9 right now. Tennessee's up by 3. Kentucky's up by 3. Tennessee down by 3. 10 rebounds by Kentucky, 2 by Tennessee. 11:45 remaining. The Wildcats with the ball. Into the hands of Jamal Baker. So looking for somebody who's open. Left wing now with the ball. Ashton Higgins trying to dribble inside. Kicks the ball back outside. Right wing 3. Nothing but net from the outside. Keldon Johnson. And we have ourselves a 14-9 game. Kentucky up by 5. 11:23 remaining. Tennessee in transition. Speed burst by Jordan Bowen, and he lays it in. 14-9. Make it 14-11. Kentucky with the ball at the right wing, trying to dribble inside and do the same. They kick it back outside. Open 3. Nothing but net. Keldon Johnson again. Back-to-back 3-pointers by the freshman from South Hill, Virginia. 17-11. Kentucky is up. 10:57 remaining. Tennessee trying to go inside. They kick the ball back outside. Lamonte Turner feeds the ball down into the low post. Grant Williams backing his way in there. The ball stolen. That pass was intended for Alexander. It's going the other way. Kentucky transition. Right wing 3. Another one. No good. Keldon Johnson couldn't make it 3 in a row. It's rebounded by Tennessee. 17-11. Boone. Right elbow jumper hits. 17-13. 10:28 remaining. Jordan Boone with 6 points right now. For the Vols, we got ourselves a 4-point game. 10:20 remaining. Kentucky with the ball. The Wildcats are up 17-13. At the right wing of the perimeter, right corner 3. Oh, he hits from the outside for the Wildcats. That's Keldon Johnson. Make it 3 3-pointers in the past 2 minutes for Keldon. 10 points. Tennessee now with the ball, left wing. From the outside, trying to dribble inside. Admiral Schofield puts it up as he hit the left elbow 2, and we got ourselves a 5-point game. Lots of shooting here. Schofield with 4 so far. 9:43 remaining in the first. The ball goes past the timeline by Ashton Higgins. Higgins With it, passes it off to P.J. Washington here, and the ball into the hands of Keldon Johnson at the top of the key. Right wing three from the outside, Ashton Hagans. No good. A fight for the rebound, and Kentucky gets it back at the left corner. They shoot it out, top of the key three again, and it connects. Keldon Johnson with another one. 23-15, as he already has 13 points tonight. Incredible game by Keldon Johnson. Kentucky 23, Tennessee 15. Tennessee with the ball. 9 minutes remaining as they pass the timeline. The Vols now with the ball is at the right side of the Kentucky logo. Jordan Bone passes the ball off to Turner. Back right wing to Bone. The Vols down by 8, 23-15. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bone takes the jumper in the low post. No good. Rebounded by Kentucky. A clutch rebound by Keldon Johnson. He tips it into the hands of quickly. And no, the three-pointer couldn't go again by Kentucky. Rebounded by Tennessee, but the Wildcats putting on a clinic early in this one. Grant Williams with a ball at the right corner. Feeds the ball to the top of the key. Schofield feeds the ball to Lamonte Turner, who passes the ball to the top of the key here. Grant Williams to the right wing to Schofield. Schofield looking for a three-pointer, and he passes the ball baseline. Kicks it back out to Schofield. Top of the key three. No good, and rebounded by P.J. Washington of the Wildcats. Kentucky is up 23-15. 8 minutes remaining in regulation in the first half. Kentucky is 4 for 8 right now, shooting three-pointers in this one. At the top of the key with it's Ashton Hagans dribbling towards the left of the perimeter. Hagans passes the ball top of the key to the right wing now. Kentucky. Keldon Johnson feeds the ball inside, and the jumper off the glass too strong. Could not go by Reed Travis. Rebounded by Tennessee. 7:35 remaining. Tennessee is down by 8 with the ball at the Rupp Arena logo towards the left side of the perimeter. Bone passes the ball off to Schofield. Schofield free throw circle jumper, no good. A fight for the rebound, and right there, P.J. Washington rips it away for Kentucky. Kentucky's up 23-15. 7:15 remaining. The feed inside was tipped, but Kentucky gets the ball back, and Ashton Hagans has it with 16 on the shot clock. Keldon Johnson has made Kentucky's last 11 points so far in this one. As Ashton Hagans dribbling the ball, feeds the ball off. Right wing three from the outside, no good by Keldon. And the ball gets rebounded by Tennessee. 6:50 left to go. Kentucky has the 8-point lead, 23-15. And feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play live reaction all season long to college basketball games. Tennessee trying to dribble inside, kicks it back outside, open three, and he connects with it. Grant Williams from the outside for the Vols. The three ball has been going down tonight. Kentucky 23, Tennessee 18. 6:26 left to go, and Grant Williams has 6. As it looks like we do have a foul picked up on the floor. So I'm going to update you guys with the score, but wow, what a game. Keldon Johnson showing you his touch from the outside. I'm going to update the score here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. I do play-by-play and live reaction. I'll be doing this all season long and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. Right now, Kentucky 23, Tennessee 18. But yeah, pretty good game so far. We're going to dig into the box score here since we're on this commercial break. We'll look into what's going on with both of these teams so far. So yeah, 23-18 right now. I'm going to look into the box score, see who's leading the stats. But Keldon Johnson has scored the last 11 points from the field by the Kentucky Wildcats right now. Is Kentucky just connecting on most of their three-pointers in the last few minutes in this game. We look to the box score right now. Keldon Johnson leading the way for Kentucky on this commercial break with 13 points. He's 3 for 5, shooting the ball from three-point range in this one. P.J. Washington started out the game with all 7 points for the Wildcats. He still has 7 right now, but his teammate Keldon helping him out a lot in this one, as We look to the box score here for Tennessee in the early stages here. Leading the way is Grant Williams with 6. And then also tied with 6 is Jordan Bone right now. He also has 2 assists so far for the Vols. And feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe as well. I do live play-by-play and reactions to college basketball games. And I'll be doing this, of course, into the March Madness tournament. So don't miss a beat here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So the score right now, Kentucky 23, Tennessee 18 with 6:25 left. We are on a commercial break, and it looks like we're about to get back to action here at Rupp Arenas. Kentucky will inbound it. Kentucky in the white home jerseys, blue lettering. Emmanuel quickly the inbound pass the ball to Ashton Hagans, the point guard for the Wildcats. He dribbles the balls. He is guarded by Jordan Bowden. And Hagans passes the ball left wing behind the left side of the perimeter to Tyler Hero. And we do have a foul picked up by Tennessee. That's their 3rd foul of the game. So right now we have 6 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. After the Tennessee foul, the score is Kentucky 23, Tennessee 18. As yeah, we've had a pretty big day of college basketball. LSU narrowly defeating Georgia. That game ended about, I think, like 40 minutes ago. I'm going to see the score of that one. Yeah, 83-79, LSU won that game. I'm going to update you guys with a chat once again. Feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe. I do play-by-play and live reaction to college basketball games. So 18-23. And as we look to some of the stats here, we'll go into Tennessee right now shooting the ball. Actually, both of them are pretty similar. Tennessee shooting the ball right now just above 44% from the field, and Kentucky is shooting the ball just above 47% from the field. What's the difference here is the three-point shooting, as Kentucky has made 4 out of 9 three-pointers in this game, and Tennessee is 2 for 6 from behind the arc. And you can give kudos to Keldon Johnson out of the 4 three-pointers today for Kentucky. Keldon Johnson is 3 for 5 from three-point range so far here, as we're on a TV timeout with 6:15 remaining. Also, the big thing is the rebounding advantage by the Kentucky Wildcats here. Out-rebounding Tennessee 14-7, doubling Tennessee's rebounds early in this one for Kentucky. And that is key, because coming into this game, Kentucky was 3rd in all college basketball in rebounding margin, as they average just below 10 more rebounds than their opponent this season. So right now, the big key is the rebounds for Kentucky, as they've out-rebounding Tennessee right now, doubling that, as Kentucky has 14 rebounds at this point in the game. Tennessee has 7. And then the three-point ball is Kentucky's 4 for 9 shooting from the outside, and 3 for 5 going down by Keldon Johnson so far in this one, leading the scoring with 13 points, as he scored the last 11 points for Kentucky. We're on the TV timeout here. We're almost back to action to Rupp Arena. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, and of course I'll do it in the March Madness tournament as well. We are on a TV timeout here. We're going to get back shortly to this one. But yeah, Keldon Johnson really coming on strong after PJ Washington had the first 7 points for Kentucky in this one. And then Keldon really sinking a couple of shots here and there for the Wildcats to pull them out ahead. And now they're up by 5, as we are going to be back very, very shortly. We're on a TV timeout. And we're almost back, as the players are on the court. And Kentucky here with the white jerseys, blue lettering, as they get the inbound. So the ball into the hands of the point guard, Ashton Hagans, for Kentucky, dribbling towards the left side of the perimeter, passes the ball off right wing now with the ball. Emmanuel quickly passes the ball right wing to Tyler Hero, feeds the ball inside to Nick Richards, trying to back his way inside, and rolls around the hoop and up and in by Nick Richards. Kentucky with a 25-18 lead. 5:50 left to go in the first. Tennessee with a burst of speed, trying to go inside with his Jordan Bone. Kicks it back outside. Left wing for the Vols. Passes it to Bone now at the free throw circle. feeds the ball. Left corner trying to dribble baseline. The ball is tipped away by Kentucky and tipped away again. And Kentucky's on the floor. It looks like they might have it. And there's an avalanche of bodies on the court. So we'll see what the refs rule. Right now, Kentucky with 25, Tennessee with 18 with 5:35 left to go in the first, as it looks like a tied up possession arrow, as we'll see who gets it. We'll see what the refs roll here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long. So they say that Tennessee will get the ball back on the possession arrow. They feed the ball right corner 3, and he hits from the outside. Coming off the bench, Eves Pons. For Tennessee, we got ourselves a 4-point game. Kentucky 25, Tennessee 21. 5:20 remaining in the first. They pass the timeline with it. Deep left corner 2, and he hits right there. Tyler Hero hitting that, and we got ourselves a 27-21 game. 5:10 remaining. Tennessee with the ball, and they're down by 6. They take the ball past the timeline with Bone. At the left wing now for Tennessee, and that is Jordan Bowden. He feeds the ball to the top of the key. Lamonte Turner back to Bowden, trying to dribble baseline. Bowden kicks the ball inside, and what a block by Kentucky. Going the distance, Kentucky. Nobody there, laying it up with a right hand. Ashton Hagens off the block. Kentucky with a 29-21 lead. 4:40 left to go in the first. Tennessee with the ball. Top of the key with Lamonte Turner trying to dribble inside at the left elbow. Backs himself out right here to the left side of the perimeter, and he feeds the ball off. Top of the key behind the three-point line. Admiral Schofield feeds the ball left wing 3. No good by Turner. Rebounded by Kentucky. Lots of rebounding by Kentucky. They're owning the rebounding game of this one. They're also third in all college basketball in rebound margin, as they average just a tad less than 10 more rebounds than their opponents this season. Kentucky with the ball up by 8, 29-21. Tyler Hero, deep left elbow 2, no good. The fight for the rebound, and Kentucky with the offensive rebound with 3:56 left, and we do have a foul committed by Tennessee. So the Wildcats will get the ball back on the inbound. Tennessee picks up their 5th foul of the game. I'm going to update the chat here with the score. Tennessee 21, Kentucky 29. So yeah, Kentucky right now owning the offensive boards and the defensive boards in this one throughout this game. So we have 3:56 left to go. Since we're on another TV timeout here, 29-21, Kentucky is up by 8. So right now, I'll go over the stats here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I do play-by-play and live reactions. I'll be doing this all season long into the college basketball March Madness tournament as well. We'll go over the box score with 3:56 remaining to go since we're on commercial break. Leading the way for the Kentucky Wildcats right now is Keldon Johnson. He's shooting the ball 3 for 5 from the three-point line currently. He has 13 points. He has 2 rebounds to go along with that as well, and a steal. And then right behind him with 7 points and second on the team in scoring right now is P.J. Washington for Kentucky. So that's how Kentucky's doing right now. And then Tennessee currently leading the way with 6 points is Grant Williams. And then Admiral Schofield with 4. Also, Jordan Bone has 2 assists, and he has 6 points as well for Tennessee. We're on a commercial break here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. And right now, Kentucky is just winning at all costs here on the rebounding game. Kentucky has 17 rebounds in this one. Tennessee has 7 so far, with 3:56 left to go. So Kentucky has 10 more rebounds than Tennessee, as we're not even at the half yet. The other things going on, Kentucky shooting the ball at just over 52% from the field in this one. Tennessee is shooting the ball at 43% from the field. So huge difference in shooting percentage early in this one. Kentucky from the outside is 4 for 9 on 3-pointers, and Tennessee is 3 for 8. And we do have a game update. It looks like Murray State has beat Eastern Kentucky by a large margin, 88-61. So Ja Morant going off, as he could. Right now, Ja Morant averages 20 points per game, and he averages above 10 assists per game as well. As he's been really impressive this season. He could be a top 5 NBA draft pick come June as well. He could be the number 2 right behind Zion. So right now the score is Kentucky 29, Tennessee 21 with 3:56 left. We're going to get back to action very shortly in this one. If you haven't done so, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, and I'll be doing this into the March Madness tournament. I have a full-packed schedule here for next week. Wednesday night, North Carolina against Duke, 9 p.m., and I'll have a couple of rivalry battles here. Virginia Tech on Monday, Purdue, and Indiana as well on Tuesday. So we're almost back to action with a score, Kentucky 29, Tennessee 21. It's been a pretty big commercial break, so bear with me here. As hopefully we'll get back to action. And it looks like we're going to do it very, very soon. As ESPN right here is just showing replays of a half-court challenge. As I want to get back to action with Kentucky against Tennessee. It seems like this commercial break's going on for so long. But we are almost back. And here we are. Kentucky gets the inbound pass. Ashton Hagans passes the ball off. Left wing now. Throws it to Tyler Hero. Back to Hagans. Right wing now of the perimeter. And we do have another. So the foul by Tennessee. It would mean they picked up their 6th if they do. But no. Though, yeah, the rest will roll. It's just an offensive foul. It looks like Ashton Hagans got called with a push-off for Kentucky. So Tennessee with the ball now. Jordan Bone with it. Feeds the ball to the perimeter, trying to dribble inside it. Oh, what a block by Nick Richards of Kentucky. Tennessee does get the ball back. Left corner of the perimeter for the Vols. They pass it out to the top of the key with the ball. It's Admiral Schofield trying to dribble inside with the right hand. Schofield gets it up and in off the glass. 29-23. Kentucky is up by 6. Admiral Schofield with 6 points for the Vols. Kentucky with the ball. 3:15 remaining to go in the first. Left wing of the perimeter. Tyler Hero feeds the ball inside, trying to back his way in there. PJ Washington with a jumper. He hits for Kentucky. Kentucky now with a 31-23 lead. 3 minutes to go in the first. Tennessee with the ball. PJ Washington with 9. Tennessee, right wing of the perimeter with Schofield. He passes the ball off to Turner. Right wing 3, Schofield. No good. Hits the front part of the rim. Offensive rebound, though, by Grant Williams. Kicks the ball out. Tennessee with it still. Lamonte Turner tries to go inside. Kicks the ball back outside. Tennessee. Spin move around the perimeter. Open 3, right wing. No good from the outside by Jordan Bowden. And we do have a foul called on the play. It looks like Nick Richards gets called with a foul for Kentucky. So the score right now, Kentucky 31, Tennessee 23. Yeah, Nick Richards was trying to rebound that ball. And that was who was that? Jordan Bowden, who's coming in for the rebound by Tennessee, and both of them collided. So Bowden did miss the three-pointer as well. He's 0 for 2 tonight. On the season, he shoots the ball around 40% from the field. Tennessee gets the inbound. The score right now is Kentucky 31, Tennessee 23 with 2:25 remaining in the first. Tennessee passing the ball around the perimeter. Left wing of the perimeter with its Schofield trying to dribble inside. Schofield up and in off the glass right there with his left hand. Kentucky 31, Tennessee 25. Admiral Schofield with 8 right now for the Vols. Kentucky with the ball as they take it past the timeline. Emmanuel quickly at the right wing of the perimeter, quickly looking for somebody to pass the ball off to, and it's stolen away by Tennessee. In transition, one man to beat, up and in off the basket. Lamonte Turner gets to go off the steal. And we got ourselves a 4-point game and a timeout called with 1:46 left to go in the first. Kentucky 31, Tennessee 27. What a game right now. As that pass on the steal, we're looking at the replays, was tipped away by Grant Williams. Fed it in right there to Lamonte Turner, and he took it home on the one-on-one off the glass. So I'm going to update the score here for you guys. Tennessee keeping this close, down by 4. So I'll update the chat here for you guys with the score. Feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, so don't miss a beat here. I'll be doing it into the March Madness tournament as well. So we have 1 minute and 29 remaining go in this game, and the score is 31-27. Yeah, pretty good game so far. So we look to both of these teams, and we look to the shooting percentages right now. Kentucky's shooting the ball 56% from the field right now in this one. Tennessee shooting the ball at 44% from the field. We're back to action here. Kentucky trying to feed the ball inside a low post. And a jumper up and in by the Wildcats. As that was P.J. Washington already in double-digit points. 33-27, the Wildcats are up by 6. Tennessee with the ball, and it looks like we do have a foul by Kentucky there, so a stoppage in time. As we look at the last basket, P.J. Washington backing his way inside the low post, and he shoots that one home over Admiral Schofield. So the score right now is Kentucky 33, Tennessee 27. And we have a round of, I think it's like a minute and 16 remaining. Tennessee, three-pointer from the left corner, no good. Offensive rebound and up and in by the Vols was Grant Williams, who got the offensive board and put it up off the glass. 33-29. We got ourselves a minute left in the first half. Kentucky takes the ball past the timeline. Left wing of the perimeter now. Ball into the hands of Keldon Johnson. Feeds the ball off to Tyler Hero. Hero. Back to Johnson. Back to Hero. Feeds the ball. Low post. P.J. Washington trying to back his way in there. And jumper by Washington, and he hits. 13 points by P.J. 6 for 7. Shooting the ball, and Kentucky with a 35-29 lead. Tennessee with 35 seconds left. They have the ball. Top of the key. And the jumper from the free throw circle, and he hits. Jordan Bone hitting it for the Vols. 35-29. Right now, Kentucky with the ball. They take it past the timeline with Hagans. Hagans with 18 left. 16 to go. Passes the ball left wing to Tyler Hero. And the ball into the hands of Washington. We do have a foul called with 11.1 seconds remaining. The score now 35-31. Kentucky is up. So we do have another foul call by Tennessee. They have their 6th foul right now. I'm going to update the chat here with the latest score. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, and I'll do it throughout the conference tournament as well. So don't miss a beat here with Behind the Arc Basketball. So we have 11.1 seconds remaining before the half closes. And we did have a foul on the play, so I'm going to update you guys with the chat right now with the score. Kentucky 35, Tennessee 31. And yeah, pretty big game for Keldon Johnson, as that's for sure. I'm going to check the stats. P.J. Washington also in double-digit points right now for Kentucky. But yeah, both of those guys with 13 points. Keldon shooting the ball 3 for 5 from behind the arc. And P.J. Washington had the first 7 points of this game for Kentucky. And right now he has 13. So two players right now in the starting 5 for Kentucky with 13 points so far in this one. And feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. Kentucky out-rebounding Tennessee right now in this one, 17-11. Kentucky will get the inbound with 11.1 seconds remaining before halftime. Keldon Johnson passes the ball to Hagans. And now he has the ball with 7 seconds left. Ashton Hagans trying to dribble inside. Open areas. Tennessee left that one open in the lane. Got it to go. 37-31. The jumper at the buzzer from behind the arc by Tennessee. And it's too strong off the top of the backboard. And Kentucky goes up at halftime by 6. 37-31. As I'll get you into the box score here. When we're at the half, we'll look into the leading scores, into some of the team stats, and I'll go through the scoreboard. And feel free in the chat section below, feel free to let me know who you guys are rooting for as well in this game, Kentucky or Tennessee. I'm going to update you guys with the score. Tennessee 31, Kentucky right now with 37 at the half. Thank you so much for joining me, and feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction videos all season long to college basketball games. Monday night on President's Day, I'll have Virginia versus Virginia Tech. Tuesday, I'll be doing Purdue against Indiana, and don't miss out on North Carolina against Duke on Wednesday. That should be a good game. I just updated the score in the chat for you guys, so we all know the score. It's 37-31. Kentucky is up by 6 at the half, and got a bunch more streams coming up this week. Michigan against Minnesota, the close out the weekdays on Thursday this week. So a bunch of streams this weekend, but Kentucky looking really strong in the first half at home at Rupp Arena. We'll go through some of the stats here in the first half. Kentucky shooting the ball phenomenal during that first half. Almost 60% from the floor shooting for Kentucky. They're 16 for 27 at the half. They shooting the ball right now at 59.3%. Tennessee, they're shooting the ball just above 46% from the floor in this one. From the outside, Kentucky is 4 for 9 on three-pointers. Tennessee is 3 for 11 right now on three-point shots. Other key stuff on how Kentucky's been able to win this game early and often and come out to a lead in this one is that the Kentucky Wildcats right now are out-rebounding Tennessee 17-11 currently. And it's been the defensive rebounds that's been the big key for Kentucky, as that's why they're having the 6-point lead, also the three-point shooting. But Kentucky out-rebounding Tennessee on the defensive end 11-6. Also the assists right now, 8 assists by Kentucky and only 5 by Tennessee, which is surprising because Jordan Bone of Tennessee is first right now in the SEC in assists per game, and Jordan Bone is also 11th in all college basketball in assists per game. He averages 6.5 assists per game. Of course, that #1 assist man in all college basketball is Ja Morant out of Murray State, who could potentially be a top 5 NBA draft pick come June, as Ja Morant's averaging above 20 points per game, and he's also averaging above 10 assists per game. It's crazy what Murray State's been doing, and they got themselves another big win today. That's a team from Kentucky as well. So we look to some of these halftime stats here, and we look at the box score for the first half. So there's 2 leading scorers for the Kentucky Wildcats. P.J. Washington started out with the first 7 points from the field for Kentucky. And right now, he's tied for the leading scorer at halftime for Kentucky. He has 13 points. And Keldon Johnson also with 13 points. Really hot shooting the ball from three-point range. 9 points coming out of three-pointers by Keldon Johnson. He's 3 for 5 right now, shooting the 3-ball from behind the arc. And we look to Tennessee. Their leading scorer is Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams. Both of those guys are tied with 8 points. Grant Williams right now coming into this game as he's first in the SEC in average points per game, as Grant Williams averages 19.4 points per game. He also leads Tennessee in rebounds per game, as he came into this game averaging just above 7 rebounds per game. As Grant Williams right now is the leading rebounder in this game as well. He has 5 rebounds so far in this game. I'm trying to see where the assists are coming from, but it looks like Ashton Hagans has 5 for Kentucky in this one. As Ashton Hagans coming into this game, he's second in the SEC in steals, just above 2 steals per game for Ashton. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. Spread the message about my channel too. I just started about a month ago, and I've been growing. I'm about a quarter of the way to 100, and of course, I'll be doing more games throughout the season with college basketball live play-by-play and reactions. And this is something that I'll be doing throughout the March Madness tournament as well. I'm looking to do it probably 4 times a day on those first round Thursday games, and then another 4 times a day on the Friday games. It depends on what the teams are and the schedule for CBS when it comes out. But right now at the half, Kentucky 37, Tennessee 31. We'll look to the box score of other games throughout the league as well. Feel free down in the chat if you're rooting for a team or a player. Just let me know about that as well. I'll go through the streams that I'll be doing in the future here with you guys as well. So Virginia against Virginia Tech, I'll have that one on Monday night at 7. And then I got Purdue against Indiana, the battle for Indiana once again. That one's Tuesday at 7. And the big one, North Carolina against Duke, 9 p.m. Wednesday night, as that should be a good game. If you didn't see the Duke game on Tuesday, that was absolutely incredible. 8.5 minutes remaining in that one, as Zion Williamson, Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, Trey Jones, they came down by 23 points. They were down against Louisville with 8.5 remaining, and Duke won that game. That was absolutely insane. As I saw the box score for that with about 8.5 minutes remaining, Duke only had 2 steals. And then 3 minutes later, when there was like 5 minutes left to play in that game, Duke went from having 2 steals at that point to 10. That was absolutely insane. As we look to the box scores of today, and Duke continuing their dominance with R.J. Barrett with a triple-double for R.J. Barrett as I'm looking at the stats. 23 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists as Duke rolled to another victory against North Carolina State 94-78. We look to the other scores today. Virginia, number 4 in the nation, beating Notre Dame by 6 today, 60-54. DeAndre Hunter had a double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds in the Cavalier victory. And number 6, Michigan, beat number 24, Maryland in that one. Xavier Simpson had a pretty good game for Michigan, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists as the Michigan Wolverines beat Maryland 65-52. Other games, North Carolina absolutely pounded Wake Forest, beating them by 38. Cameron Johnson with 27 points in that one as UNC rolled to a 95-57 victory. Purdue with a 12-point victory over Penn State, 76-64, and Kansas crushing West Virginia today in the afternoon game. Devin Dotson with 15 points in that one. Kansas with a 78-73 victory. As we look at other games, Clemson almost completed a comeback against Louisville, but they fell short as Louisville blocked the game-winning shot as the Cardinals won 56-55 in that one. Christian Cunningham had 18 points for Louisville in that game. And then Iowa State beating Kansas State in that one, 78-64. It was a pretty close game for a while as it was Dean Wade who made the K-State Wildcats come back in that one as he was the key, but down the stretch, Dean Wade actually did get hurt for K-State, and the Wildcats lost by 14 against Iowa State in that game. LSU, who's coming off that win against Kentucky, as they won again, close one against Georgia's LSU, improves to 21-4 overall. They beat Georgia 83-79. Other games, Iowa with a close one against Rutgers as the Hawkeyes with a 71-69 victory over Rutgers as that game was close. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, and I'll be doing this throughout the season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. So don't miss a beat here all season long with Behind the Arc Basketball. Feel free to let me know in the chat who you're rooting for as well. We'll look to a couple of other top 25 games that went down today. Number 22, Virginia Tech beat Pittsburgh by 70-64. Now, and Kerry Blackshear with a huge game for the Hokies, 29 points, 9 rebounds in that one, as that will be the next team that I cover President's Day on Monday, as it will be the rivalry game Monday 7 p.m. for my next stream, Virginia versus Virginia Tech. And then I got Purdue against Indiana, the battle for Indiana, in that one 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Don't miss out on Duke against North Carolina. I'll have that for you guys 9 p.m. Wednesday night on February 20th. So don't miss a beat here with Behind the Arc Basketball. I'm getting you covered with live play-by-play and reactions throughout the season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. But we'll recap this first half here for Kentucky and Tennessee. We'll do it once again. Leading the scoring, Keldon Johnson with 13 points and P.J. Washington with 13 for Kentucky, as P.J. Washington has 2 blocks as well for the Wildcats. Ashton Hagens leading the way in assists right now for Kentucky. He has 5 assists right now in this game. For Tennessee, the leading scorer is a tie between Jordan Bone, Admiral Schofield, and Grant Williams. Both of those guys all have 8 points right now at the half for Tennessee. 5 rebounds by Grant Williams in this game for Tennessee. Coming into this one, Grant Williams is first in the SEC in points per game. He is also leading the team in the rebounds with just above 7 rebounds per game. Coming into this one, Grant Williams is 5th as well in the SEC, and right now his shooting percentages, he averages just below 58% conversion from the field. We're looking at the halftime report here, and Campbell with a loss by Presbyterian today. Close game. The leading scorer in college basketball right now is Chris Clemens for the Campbell Camels, and they lost a close one to Presbyterian as Chris Clemens reached 3,000 points today in his career for the University of the Campbell Camels. We're looking at the scoreboard here. Michigan with a win against Maryland. today. Xavier Simpson had quite a day. I think he had like 8 assists in that one. We're looking at the highlights here in the halftime report, as Michigan had that win against Wisconsin last week, and they've been a really good team in those Saturday time slot games this season, as they've played a lot of those games around noontime on Saturday, usually on Fox. As Michigan again played in another one, and they beat Maryland by 13 today, 65-52. Gonna check the scoreboard inside the SEC conference for you guys. Let's see what was going down today in college basketball action inside the SEC. Ole Miss right now, since they're in the bracket, Ole Miss rolled against Missouri 75-65. Florida keeps their bubble hopes alive as they beat Alabama 71-53. As that this does not look good for the bubble for the Alabama Crimson Tide, as the Florida Gators had a huge game by Andrew Nembhard with 21 points on the game for the Florida Gators. So they improved to 14-11 overall. They're currently on the bubble with a bunch of teams in there: Texas, Butler, Arizona State, Creighton, Seton Hall, all those teams on the bubble in ESPN's latest bracketology. We look to other games today inside the SEC. We see that Auburn beat Vanderbilt 64-53 today, as it looks like Jared Harper scored 16 points for Auburn. He had 8 assists in that game as well. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. What I do is play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games. I'll be doing this throughout the season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. So don't miss a beat here with Behind the Arc Basketball. I'll have you covered all season long with college basketball games. My next stream after this one concludes will be Virginia Tech against Virginia on Monday. And, of course, I'll have the Duke against North Carolina game on Wednesday. At the half right now, Kentucky is up 37-31. Against Tennessee. Make sure to stay tuned with me for the second half. We should be starting soon, as we're at halftime right now. Feel free also in the chat to let me know who you're rooting for this one. Are you a Vols fan, or are you a Wildcats fan for this one as well? Or are you just a random college basketball fan as well? So let me know in the chat if you guys wish, and hopefully we'll have a great game for the second half. We'll go over some of the scores here We'll go over some of the stats here for Kentucky and Tennessee in this one. So Kentucky shooting the ball phenomenal in that first half. Almost 60% from the floor shooting by Kentucky. 16 for 27 in that first half. Tennessee shooting the ball 14 for 30. That's good for just below 47% from the field. But yeah, Keldon Johnson shooting the 3-ball right now. 13 points, as he's tied with P.J. Washington for leading the scoring for Kentucky. As Keldon Johnson right now is 3 for 5 shooting from behind the arc for the Wildcats. In this one, the rebounding game going to Kentucky, out-rebounding Tennessee right now, 17-11. That's what Kentucky's done all season, out-rebounding teams. As coming into this game, Kentucky is third in all college basketball in the rebound margin, as they average just below 10 rebounds more than their opponents at the end of games. So that's what Kentucky does really well. Coming into this game, Kentucky has lost 3 really close games out of the 4 losses this season, as 3 of those losses have been by a combined 5 points. They lost against Seton Hall by 1 in non-conference play, lost at Alabama by 2, and they just lost on Tuesday against LSU at the tip-in at the buzzer, 73-71. The only other loss they have to that is just the season opener game against Duke back on November 7th. That was the State Farm tip-off in Indianapolis, where Duke put up 118 points in the 118-84 victory over Kentucky. So this is only the first matchup this season between Kentucky and Tennessee. Kentucky will play Tennessee once again. That game will happen on Saturday, March 2nd at 2 p.m. So hopefully, not sure my schedule yet, but hopefully I'll have that stream for you guys as well. And right now, coming into this game, what caught my eye is how Tennessee has been the #1 team right now in the nation with a strength of schedule of only 70th in college basketball. Tennessee has only played 2 AP top 25 teams this season. They beat Gonzaga, so that's one of the key ways why. As Admiral Schofield in that win against Gonzaga in non-conference play had back-to-back 3-pointers to close out the win, as he had the game-winning 3-pointer in that one. Schofield scored 25 out of his 30 points in the second half for the win in non-conference play against Gonzaga. And then the other loss for Tennessee against the AP Top 25, the only loss from the season was against Kansas. And that game happened in the NIT season tip-off all the way back on November 23rd. So that's the only loss for them. We are going to get back to this game shortly. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, as we are going to get back to this one. Kentucky 37, Tennessee 31. As the fans here at Rupp Arena are ready. I'll introduce the coaches here since we're almost ready here. Rick Barnes, the head coach for Tennessee in his 4th season. He has a record right now of 80-45. He went to the NCAA tournament as a number 3 seed last year. They won their first round game against Wright State, but lost against the Cinderella team in Loyola Chicago by 1 point, 63-62. We're back to action here. Kentucky with the ball in the white jerseys with a blue lettering. Into the hands of Ashton Hagans as Kentucky is going to the basket on the right side of the court. And Tennessee will be dribbling the ball to the left side of the court. Kentucky with the ball. Left wing of the perimeter now for the Wildcats. They feed the ball into the low post. Jumper. P.J. Washington hits. And the score now is Kentucky 39, Tennessee 31. P.J. Washington leading the scoring for Kentucky with 15 points. Tennessee with the ball now. Jordan Bowen feeds the ball off. Right wing of the perimeter here for the Bulls. Turner passes the ball off, and the ball is tipped and stolen away by Kentucky. Kentucky in transition. Ashton Hagans trying to go to the basket. Too strong off the rim. No good. Offensive rebound by Kentucky in the 3 from the outside. It's up and good by Tyler Hero. Kentucky out to a roll. 42-31, and a timeout called by the Bulls. So just like that, a 5-0 run to start off the second half at home for the Kentucky Wildcats. Gonna update you guys for the score here. So 31 for Tennessee, 42 for Kentucky. As we're just getting started here, not even a minute into the second half, and Kentucky explodes with a 5-0 run. So just like that, and Kentucky is shooting the ball at 60% from the field for this game. 18 for 30 right now for the Wildcats, and they're 5 for 10 shooting the ball from 3-point range. That's been helping them out a lot for this one. As right now, we do have a timeout. We have 19:07 left to go. Tennessee just took a timeout because Kentucky just drilled a 3 to put themselves on a 5-0 run to start out this second half red hot. We look to that box score, and we see that P.J. Washington is leading the scoring right now for the Wildcats with 15 points. He's also 7 for 8 shooting from the floor for this one right now. And thank you guys so much for joining me here on the stream, and feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, so don't miss a beat here with my channel. It's just getting started. We started out about a month ago, and I'm glad to see how well the channel's been doing in the first month or so with Behind the Arc Basketball. So we've been growing, and we'll be doing a lot more streams coming soon. Virginia Tech against Virginia on Monday, and don't miss Duke against UNC on Wednesday. We're still at a commercial break here. I'm going to see if there's any games going on as well, just to update you guys with. But I think we're pretty much all set with top 25 games here. It's just Gonzaga, who's playing against San Diego later on tonight. That game tips off in about 45 minutes. Same as Nevada against Wyoming. So those are the only 2 other games with top 25 games out on the West Coast later tonight. So we are on a commercial break. Kentucky 42, Tennessee 31. And Tennessee right now has no players in double-digit scoring so far in this one. Admiral Schofield, along with Grant Williams and Jordan Bowen, all have 8 points so far for the Bulls. So we're almost back to action here, as ESPN's getting us back with a replay on how this whole 5-0 run has started for Kentucky from the outside, showing nothing but net. We'll get back to action very shortly here. Kentucky is up by 11 with 19:07 remaining. So we're almost back to action here with the inbound as Kentucky's been on a roll themselves, and Tennessee gets the ball. Here we go, with 19 minutes left to go in regulation. Tennessee takes the ball past the timeline. Left wing with Jordan Bone. He passes the ball off. Now trying to dribble inside. The feed inside is stolen away by Kentucky. Tyler Hero with a steal. Takes it past the timeline. 3-on-2 by the Wildcats. In transition, no good. Too strong off the basket on the fast break by Reed Travis, but he was fouled. So Kentucky will go to the line with 18:47 left to go in regulation. So Tennessee picks up their first foul of the half right there. And to the line will be the senior from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Reed Travis, for the Wildcats. And the first shot he sinks from the line. So right now it's a 43-31 game. Reed Travis, 73% free throw shooter from the line this season, hits them both. Kentucky with their largest lead in the night. 44-31. This is also the largest deficit by this Tennessee basketball team this season. We do have, looks like a stoppage in time with 18:39 remaining. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, so don't miss a single moment here with Behind the Arc Basketball. Tennessee to inbound it. Down by 13. Largest deficit of the season. Deep two, no good by Tennessee. Rebounded by Kentucky. Trying to extend their lead. Ashton Hagans with the ball at the top of the key. Left wing, he passes the ball to feed inside to P.J. Washington. And we do have a foul called with 18:27 remaining in the second. It looks like number 11, Kyle Alexander for the Vols, will be charged with the foul. So I'm going to update you guys with a chat once again. Tennessee 31, Kentucky 44. As the ball goes into the hands of Ashton Hagans, feeds the ball off. Left wing of the perimeter now for Kentucky. Tyler Hero with the ball. As he feeds it inside, trying to dribble his way, backs himself out. It's almost stolen, but Kentucky gets it back. Deep three, no good by Hero. Rebounded by Tennessee with 18:08 remaining. Tennessee with the ball in transition. The three ball from outside, no good. Rebounded by Kentucky. They get the ball back with numbers. Going the distance, up and in. He puts it in. Keldon Johnson hits it home off the glass. 46-31. Kentucky is up with 17:50 remaining. Tennessee now with the ball into the hands of Jordan Bone. Largest deficit this season by the Vols. Grant Williams at the free throw circle, trying to dribble inside, kicks it back outside. Schofield, three ball, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Kentucky out-rebounding Tennessee by a huge margin in this one. 17:25 remaining. Kentucky with the ball. Feeds it inside, and oh, what a rejection there by P.J. Washington. Got fouled. And he'll go to the line for two. I'm going to update you guys with a chat again. Tennessee down their largest deficit of the season right now. As Kentucky will be shooting two from the line as well. It'll be P.J. Washington will be going to the free throw line here for Kentucky as he's shooting the ball 70% from the season. He's also the leading scorer. 46-31, Kentucky is up. Make it 47. As he sinks the first, P.J. Washington at the line. So I just updated the chat with the score. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. So Washington sunk in the first. Here's the second one for Kentucky, and no good, as is rebounded by Tennessee. Jordan Bone with a burst of speed past defenders. Trying to dribble inside. He stripped of the ball from the back, but he gets the ball back, and he tried to save it before it goes out of bounds. And let's see what the refs rule. If it was out by Tennessee or if it was out by Kentucky. Let's see. We're going to see the replay. So Jordan Bone right here gets the ball stripped away from him, and then Tennessee tried to save it before it goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by the Vols. So Kentucky will get the ball back. 17:05 remaining. Kentucky with the ball at the left wing. P.J. Washington with it. Passes the ball out to Ashton Hagans at the top of the key towards the Kentucky logo. 3 turnovers in the second half for Tennessee. And a deep two from the elbow goes down for the Wildcats. 49-31. Kentucky has a huge lead right now. Ashton Hagans with 6. Tennessee trying to drive into the lane. They missed the layup off the backboard too strong. Rebounded by Kentucky. Going the other way. Oh, and it's up and in off the pass. Getting it to fall right there. Huge pass by Ashton Hagans inside, and a timeout called by Tennessee by Rick Barnes as Kentucky now has a 20-point lead. I'm going to update you guys with a chat. So 31-51, Kentucky with a huge lead and a 14-0 run to start off the second half by these Wildcats. So how much time we got left? 16:31 left to go in the second. Huge run by Kentucky. 14-0 run by Kentucky as Rick Barnes just called a timeout for Tennessee. These Wildcats doing everything right now. Out-rebounding Tennessee by a huge margin. 22-13 right now. They're out-rebounding Tennessee. And also shooting the ball. Kentucky been stellar tonight. 21 for 34 from the field. That's good for almost 62% shot conversion from the field. They're also 5 for 11 from behind the arc in this one for the Kentucky Wildcats. Huge scoring game for Kentucky on all phases. Stealing the ball as well. They're doing it all tonight. And now out to a 14-0 run to start off this second half. And feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long. And, of course, into the March Madness tournament as well. So don't miss a beat here. We're behind the arc basketball. Tennessee is 0 for 4 right now from the field in the second half. They have 3 turnovers. Kentucky with 5 rebounds, shooting the ball 5 for 7 as they're on a 14-0 run. Tennessee with the ball. At the Kentucky logo at the top of the key with it's Turner. Dribbling towards the left side of the perimeter. Feeds the ball off to Grant Williams. And now at the right wing, the feed of Grant Williams inside. He gets denied in the low post by P.J. Washington, but Washington picks up the foul. And Grant Williams will be shooting 2 at the line. So let's see this on the replay here. So it was 25 guarding 2, and right there, P.J. Washington just would not allow Grant Williams to drive to the basket and dunk that one home. But he gets fouled in transition. And also, oh no, that does not look good for Grant Williams as he's shaking out his hand as well. Looks like he might have hurt his hand on the play, but he's at the free throw circle here as he'll be shooting 2 from the line. Tennessee is down by 20. He hits his first. Grant Williams on the season is shooting the ball 83.2% from the free throw line. He just hit his first. 19-point game. Grant trying to look for double-digit points, and he does. So he has 10 points tonight. 51-33. Kentucky is up by 18. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. Kentucky with the ball, 16 minutes left. They pass the timeline with Ashton Hagans. Dribbling with the ball now. Kentucky is up by 18. Hagans guarded by Turner. Looking for somebody's open. Passes to the left side of the perimeter to Emmanuel quickly. And with 15:50 remaining, it looks like we do have a timeout on the floor. TV timeout here. So I'm going to update you guys with the score. Feel free to let me know who you guys are rooting for in the chat down below. But right now, Kentucky out to a huge lead up by 18, 51-33, 15:50 left to go. So right now, yeah, I just updated the score for you guys. So Kentucky's out to that 18-point lead. We'll get to the box score here. Look at the leading scorers so far in this one. Keldon Johnson having a stellar game for Kentucky, leading the scoring right now with 17 points. Right behind him, P.J. Washington with 16 for Kentucky. Those are the 2 leading scorers, both of those guys in double-digit points. And as we look to Tennessee right now, they only have 1 player with double-digit points. That's Grant Williams, who is coming into the game averaging just above 19 points per game as he is the leading scorer and the leading rebounder on this Tennessee Vols team. And right now, Grant has 10 points right now in this one. As we look to some of these team stats right here, Kentucky doing it all. Shooting the ball at almost 62% from the field in this one. Stellar shooting day by the Kentucky Wildcats. Tennessee shooting the ball just a tad above 41%. As both of the teams have taken 34 shot attempts. This is the difference. Kentucky is 21 for 34 shooting. Tennessee is 14 for 34. The rebounding game, that belongs to Kentucky, just absolutely destroying Tennessee on the boards. Kentucky out rebounding the Vols 22 to 13. And also the assists has been into the hands of Kentucky. They're out assisting Tennessee 12 to 5 in this one. I'm going to see, I think it's Ashton Hagans who's having a pretty big assist game. Yes, he is. 7 assists, 6 points by Ashton Hagans, the point guard for Kentucky. And feel free to let me know who you guys got down below in the chat, or if you guys are college basketball fans and just enjoy the game, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe as well. Spread the message about my channel. I'll be having live streams of play-by-play and live reactions all season long, getting you guys going. Monday night, Virginia against Virginia Tech, and don't forget Wednesday, North Carolina against Duke. That one should be good as well. We're almost back to action here off this commercial break. Kentucky, dominant right now, up by 18. But remember Duke, the number 2 team, they were down by 23 with 8.5 left to go in that game on Tuesday, and they came from 23 behind to beat Louisville. So anything in the world of college basketball can happen. Tennessee down by their largest deficit this season. Kentucky with the inbound now. And at the top of the key with Ashton Hagans passes the ball off. Left wing with its Tyler Hero at the left side of the perimeter. Trying to dribble inside Hero. And he tried to go for the layup. Couldn't get it in off the glass, but it was tipped out of bounds. Tyler Hero does go down to the ground. And Tennessee also picked up a foul there. So Kentucky and Tyler Hero will go to the line for 2. So a shooting foul committed, and Tyler Hero is phenomenal from the free throw line. 45 for 49 this season, make it 46 for 50. 52 to 33, Kentucky is up. Hero shoots the ball at 91.8% free throw conversions this season. Second shot from the line, nothing but net for Tyler Hero. 20-point game here. Kentucky's leading 53 to 33. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Tennessee now with the ball down by 20 at the right wing of the perimeter. Trying to look inside, and they feed the ball off to Grant Williams, backing his way inside. Williams with a jumper. Hits the top of the rim, no good, but the tip back up and in off the boards. Tennessee with a huge tip back there, and they're down by 18 again. Kentucky with the ball with 15:05 left to go. Ashton Hagans, left side of the three-point line. The ball at the top of the key here with P.J. Washington. And looks like we do have a stoppage in time with 15:02 remaining. I'm going to update you guys in the chat here with the score. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. So let's see. Tennessee with 35 right now. Kentucky with 53. We got 15:02 remaining. Kentucky to inbound now. As they're at the top of the key with Ashton Hagans. Passes the ball off to Reed Travis and back to Hagans. Top of the key, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter for Hagans. And we do have another stoppage in time with 14:53 left to go in regulation here. And that's actually Tennessee, who picks up their 6th foul on the defensive end of the game. Let's see what is happening here. It looks like Reed Travis and number 11, Kyle Alexander, was going after it for quite a bit of time. And yeah, Alexander for Tennessee is in quite a bit of foul trouble. He has 4 fouls right now. He just checked out of the game. Looks like coming in is John Fulkerson, the sophomore forward from Kingsport, Tennessee, coming into the game, relieving Alexander right now for Tennessee. So that's actually the 7th foul for Tennessee, and we're not even halfway through the second half. So Kentucky's at the line in the bonus. First shot from the line goes down by Reed Travis. Kentucky with a almost 20-point lead. It's now 19. So I'm looking at the scoreboard. 54 to 35. Second shot from the line. Make it 20 now. as Reed Travis hits them both. 55-35. Tennessee gets the ball on the inbound. And they'll take it past the perimeter with Lamonte Turner. Turner with a burst of speed trying to go inside, and he dribbles back outside with it. Feeds the ball off. Top of the key here with Yves Pons. Looks to the right wing with Turner. Tennessee now with the ball. Grant Williams trying to go low post, and he gets fouled, and Grant Williams will be going to the line for 2. So 14:35 left to go. I'm going to update you guys in the chat here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, as I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, and I'll be doing this throughout the March Madness tournament. So if you're a college basketball fan, this is where the party will be throughout the season. 14:35 left to go in the second. Tennessee's at the free throw line, and the first one is a miss by Grant Williams at the charity stripe. As on the season, Williams is shooting the ball 83.2% from the free throw line, and he's the leading scorer out of this Tennessee team, and he just missed his first shot from the charity stripe. Williams will shoot his second here as they're down by 20. Second shot by Williams. He hits it. So a 19-point game. Tennessee trailing by quite a bit with 14:35 left. Grant Williams also is checked out of the game. He's on the bench now for the Vols. He's the leading scorer, leading rebounder for Tennessee. Kentucky now gets the ball back on the inbound. Keldon Johnson takes the ball past the timeline for UK. Passes the ball right wing to Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero trying to dribble inside, and we do have a stoppage in time with 14:26 remaining. Kentucky is up by 19. So let's see what happened here. Tennessee picked up their 8th foul, so Kentucky will be back in the bonus, shooting at the free throw line. So already this stat has popped up. 8 fouls in the second half by Tennessee, and we're not even halfway through the second half. 14:26 remaining, and Tennessee already has 18 fouls. Admiral Schofield just picked up his 3rd, so he's in a little bit of foul trouble. First shot from the line goes down by Kentucky. 56-36. As I'll update the score here in the chat. Kentucky's still up by 20 as they exploded on a 14-0 run to start off this second half. Second shot from the line, no good. Rebounded by Tennessee. As they get the ball past the timeline here, it's Jordan Bone who takes it past the timeline. Feeds the ball off top of the key with Schofield, and he passes the ball. Almost intercepted, but they do get it back. Schofield dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. Feeds the ball off, trying to go inside. What a block by Reed Travis. Going the other way for Kentucky. Trying to go on a fast break, and no good, but his teammate is there. Oh, the slam jam. E.J. Montgomery helping Tyler Hero out as Tyler Hero got the ball on a fast break. Went too strong off the glass, but E.J. Montgomery gets the putback slam, and Kentucky has their largest lead of the night by 22. 58-36, Tennessee with a ball, and we have a stoppage in time with 13:47 remaining. Kentucky just picked up their 3rd foul. So off the Reed Travis block, Kentucky going the distance as Tyler Hero couldn't get it to fall, but his teammate there with a two-handed slam jam, number 23, E.J. Montgomery. As these fans are riled up here at Kentucky. 13:47 remaining. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe if you're a college basketball fan. I'll be doing live streams of my play-by-play and reactions all season long. And, of course, don't miss the college NCAA college basketball tournament as well. I'm going to update you guys with a chat right here as Tennessee is getting absolutely blown out with the ball. Deep 2 from the right baseline, no good. Offensive rebound by Tennessee. Left wing 3 from the outside, no good. Tennessee needs to start hitting threes right now to get back into it, and Jordan Bowden just missed that one. Rebounded by Kentucky with 13:30 left to go. 58-36. Kentucky with a lead at the perimeter, trying to throw the ball inside to Reed Travis, trying to back his way in there. Jumper, Reed Travis hits and delivers. 60-36. Kentucky with a huge lead with 13:12 remaining. Tennessee with the ball now. And we do have a stoppage in time with 13:11 remaining to go in the second. So huge lead by Kentucky here. Absolutely blowing out the #1 team in the nation in the AP Top 25, the Tennessee Vols. As Tennessee will get the inbound. Some would argue that Duke's better, and maybe they've found the case right here with this game. The jumper by Tennessee, no good. The tip back on the rebound, however, was good by Admiral Schofield. So make it 60-38 with 13 minutes remaining. Kentucky with the ball. Admiral Schofield has 12 points so far. Kentucky with the ball past the timeline at the right wing of the perimeter. It's Ashton Hagans, feeds the ball off to Reed Travis. Left wing. Outside the three-point range. Emmanuel quickly with it. And now they're going low post. Reed Travis trying to back his way in there. He's guarded by Schofield. Travis up and in off the basket for Reed Travis. 62-38. Kentucky is up with 12.5 remaining. Reed Travis with 9 points in the second half. Tennessee, top of the key three. No good. Hits the top of the rim. Rebounded by Reed Travis of Kentucky. So now the Wildcats with the ball. 12:15 remaining. They pass the timeline. It's Ashton Hagans who dribbles past the timeline and into the hands of Quickly. Left wing of the perimeter now for Tennessee, and back to Hagans at the top of the key. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe all season long. Catch and shoot by Kentucky, no good, and rebound on the defensive end by Grant Williams of the Vols. Trying to go the other way into it, and it's stolen away. Lamonte Turner tried to take it to the rim right there for Tennessee, and Kentucky comes away with the ball. 11:45 remaining. The score is Kentucky 62, Tennessee 38. Right wing behind the perimeter with Emmanuel Quickly towards the top of the key here. Passes the ball off left wing of the perimeter. Now for Kentucky. Now trying to go low post baseline here at the elbow. Trying to dribble low post. Reed Travis in between defenders, and they won't count the basket because a foul happened right before it. It might have been offensive right there by Kentucky. So we do have a stoppage in time. I'm going to check to see the play-by-play. Yeah, Reed Travis turned it over. So that's what happened. So Kentucky just turned over the ball, and we do have a commercial break. I'm going to update you guys with a chat here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Right now, 11:25 left to go in this one, and Kentucky is out to a humongous lead here. As we look to some of these team stats, shooting the ball from the field is how Kentucky has absolutely owned this game. They're shooting 24 for 39 right now, good for almost 62% shooting the ball from the field. That's absolutely spectacular tonight. From three-point range, Kentucky in this one is shooting the ball 5 for 11 from the outside. And also, they're crushing Tennessee on the rebounding game right now. Out-rebounding Tennessee 27-18 in this one. As we look to some of the other stuff, Kentucky out-assisting Tennessee as well, as Kentucky has 12 assists compared to Tennessee's 5. And credit Ashton Hagans for those assists, as he has 7 assists for Kentucky right now. Leading scorers for the Wildcats, 17 points by Keldon Johnson. Right behind them, P.J. Washington with 16. What a night they've had. They started out on a 14-0 run for the second half. This Kentucky Wildcats team exploded at the start of the second half. We look to Tennessee, 2 players right now with double-digit points. Admiral Schofield leading the way with 12, and then Grant Williams right behind with 11. So a lot going on here, but a lot in the favor of in the hands of the Kentucky Wildcats in this one. And also the blocks have been the big key for Kentucky. 5 blocks compared to Tennessee's 1, as this is a Tennessee team that also ranks 3rd in all college basketball in blocks per game, as they total 134 blocks coming into this game on the season. They average just over 5 blocks per game, as this isn't good for Tennessee right now with only 1 block. And #1 in the nation's the Duke Blue Devils, who averaged just below 8 blocks per game. And then Matisse Thybulle, the Pac-12 Player of the Year for the Washington Huskies, and Washington is the #2 team in the nation in blocks per game. So yeah, surprise here. In the second half, Kentucky is outscoring Tennessee right now in this second half, 25-7. As we are back to action, Tennessee averages 20 assists per game. That is #1 in all of college basketball. Right now, they only have 5 in this game. They're passing around the perimeter now at the top of the key here with Admiral Schofield. 3 ball from the outside. Finally, a shot goes down for Tennessee. 62-41, so they hit a 3-pointer finally. And Kentucky has the ball as they take it past the timeline. Ashton Hagans with it at the Kentucky logo. Hagans with 10:50 remaining. Passes the ball off, and we do have another foul called, I believe, on Tennessee. So looks like Kentucky will go to the line here. As Kentucky with a huge lead. Feel free to let me know in the chat below who you're rooting for if you guys wish, and feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long. So 10:50 left to go. Kentucky at the free throw line in the bonus, and they miss it. And the rebound for it, and Kentucky picks up the foul on the rebounding foul. So Tennessee did get the rebound here. I'm going to update you guys with the score again with the chat. 41-62 right now. We have 10:50 left to go. So this game has belonged to the Kentucky Wildcats. And since that foul was on Kentucky, Tennessee will go to the free throw line to shoot their bonus shots. They hit there first. So right now, 62-42. As this is a 20-point game. Tennessee back at the free throw line for their second shot. Second shot from the line, and he hits it. It's Kyle Alexander, who's also in foul trouble. He has 4 fouls right now, so he hit both of them. He's a 64% free throw shooter on the season. Kentucky now with the ball, trying to dribble inside with it. Emmanuel quickly kicks the ball back outside to Tyler Hero, sets up the offense, top of the key, Ashton Hagans at the edge of the Kentucky logo, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter here. Hagans passes the ball left wing to left corner with Hero, and Hero with the tapped ball out of bounds, but Tennessee tipped it out, so Kentucky will get the inbound. So we have 10 minutes, 28 seconds remaining. Kentucky with the inbound, up 62-43. Trying to dribble inside, kicks the ball back outside. Baseline, deep 2, fade away, no good by Tyler Hero. Rebounded by Admiral Schofield of Tennessee. They take it past the timeline. Kicks it back outside, left corner 3, no good. It was short by Grant Williams. And the offensive rebound by Kyle Alexander. We do have a foul called by Kentucky. So we have 10 minutes, 11 seconds left, and Kentucky is up 62-43. Let's see what happened here on the replay. Left corner 3 was shot by Tennessee, and we did have a Kentucky player right here. Oh, yeah, it was a foul on the shot. Ooh, yeah. So Nick Richards gets called with a foul. He just collides right there with Grant Williams, who shot the ball from the left corner outside. So Williams will shoot 3 at the free throw line, I believe, with 10-11 remaining to go since he was behind the arc. So I'm going to update you guys here. The refs are going to see if his foot was on the line any or not. It doesn't appear to be in the replay at all. So 43-62. Thought it'd be a much closer game, but it hasn't. Still got a lot of time, though. If you missed the Duke against Louisville game, please watch that, because Duke was down 8.5 minutes left by 23 points, and they came back and beat Louisville. As the first shot from the line goes down by Grant Williams. So it's 44-62. Second shot from the line. It goes down, and he'll go to the line for 3 since he was fouled behind the three-point line right now. It's 45-62. Tennessee and Grant Williams shooting 3 at the line. He's hit both of his first 2 shots. Here's his third. Williams, and he hits all of them. 46-62. Tennessee is down. Kentucky now with the ball to get into their hands. Ashton Hagans passes the timeline. Feeds the ball to Tyler Hero. They got numbers. Left corner open three. No good. Hit the rim short by Keldon Johnson. And the ball was tipped out of bounds by Kentucky trying to rebound it. So the ball will go back to Tennessee here with 9:58 left to go. So now we're under 10 minutes left to go in the half. And the score is Kentucky 62. Tennessee 46. 9:55 remaining. Tennessee with the ball. They get it past the timeline. Jordan Bone dribbling with it. Dribbling towards the left side. Passes it off. Lamonte Turner feeds the ball. Low post here for Tennessee. It's Grant Williams trying to go baseline. Kicks the ball back outside. Passing around the perimeter. Right corner three. Schofield, and he hits it. Tennessee back in this game. 62-49. 9:30 left to go. If you haven't checked out the Duke-Louisville game yet, please do so. 11-0 run by Tennessee in the last minute and a half. Kentucky started out the second half on a 14-0 run, and this game has been a game of runs. 49-62 here. Tennessee is now back in the game after they were down by 22 in this one. Wow. We have a repeat, basically, of Tuesday night here. Going to update you guys in the chat. Feel free in the chat to let me know who you guys are rooting for as well. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, like my videos if you guys wish as well. I do play-by-play and live reactions. I'll be doing it all season long, the college basketball games, and I'll be doing this throughout the tournament as well. I'm doing Monday night Virginia against Virginia Tech. Should be a great game. Purdue against Indiana on Tuesday. And don't miss out on Duke against North Carolina on Wednesday. And then Thursday I'll have Michigan against Minnesota. Should be an interesting game as well. Minnesota currently on the bubble in the Big Ten, but it's going to be a huge game. UNC against Duke. Here we go. We're back. 9.5 minutes remaining. Kentucky with the ball. They're up 62-49. Ashton Hagans has had a great game with assists today. Tyler Hero with the ball in his hands. Left wing to Hagans. Now passes right wing to Hero. Top of the key with Hagans. As Hero and Hagans are passing it back. 5 on the shot clock. Hagans with the ball around the perimeter. Trying to dribble inside. Floats one up, and it's short, and it's rebounded by Tennessee. Grant Williams with a rebound. Takes it past the timeline. Trying to go inside. Jordan Bone, and no good. Too strong off the glass. There's a tie-up for the ball between number 11, Kyle Alexander, and number 22, Reed Travis of Kentucky. And it looks like Kentucky gets charged with the foul as Reed Travis was tied up with Kyle Alexander of Tennessee, and then he pushed Alexander out of bounds after it looked like Alexander had the clear ball. So Tennessee will inbound it here as it goes into the hands of Grant Williams. 8:50 to go. Right wing three. Schofield, no good, and he gets fouled. And Admiral Schofield will go to the line to shoot three. So a crucial foul call with 8:49 remaining for Kentucky. So I'm going to update the score here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. First shot from the line, it rimmed out by Admiral Schofield with 8:49 remaining. 62-49, make it 62-50. Schofield hits that one. And we'll see if he can get the third shot from the line as Kentucky fouled him behind the three-point line. That's why he's shooting three. Admiral Schofield on the season, shooting the ball at 76% from the free throw line. And he hits 2 out of the 3, and we got ourselves an 11-point game. 62-51. Kentucky will get the inbound with 8:49 remaining. And they do. It's Ashton Hagans who has the ball, and Tennessee's on a 13-0 run in the past 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Kentucky now with the ball. Ashton Hagans dribbling at the top of the key. Passes the ball. Left wing. It's Emmanuel Quickly. Back to the right wing with Hagans. Passing around the perimeter. Left wing. Tyler Hero feeds the ball inside. P.J. Washington up and in. And it's good off the backboard. 64-51. Washington with 18 right now. Tennessee with the ball to take it past the timeline. Lamonte Turner. Where he feeds the ball out right wing. And now The ball goes baseline inside. Is stolen away by Washington. Kentucky 2-on-1 fast break. And too fancy on the alley-oop. Couldn't go, but Tennessee does foul Kentucky on the alley-oop try, and the Wildcats will go to the line for 2. So the score right now, Kentucky is up 64-51 as Kyle Alexander for Tennessee just fouled out of this game. He just picked up his 5th foul. I'm going to update you guys with a chat here. Tennessee will go back to the line to shoot some free throws. 51 for Tennessee. Kentucky with 64. But 8:05 left to go in the second, so Grant Williams is checking out of the game right now as well. He's on the bench for Tennessee, so he just checked out. Tennessee in a lot of foul trouble. They have 10 fouls as a team in the second half. So here we are at the free throw line again with Kentucky with 8:05 left. P.J. Washington shooting 2. Hits his first as they're in the double bonus, and P.J. Washington is a 70% free throw shooter this season. The score right now is Kentucky 65, Tennessee 51. P.J. Washington, 2 of 5 tonight, shooting the ball from the line. He hit his first. This time around, here's his second one from the line. Hits them both. 66-51, so Tennessee was on quite a bit of a run. 13-0 run, but Kentucky put a stop to that. 8:05 remaining. And a 15-point lead by the Wildcats. Tennessee with the ball. They take it past the timeline. 13 points in the last 3 minutes for the Vols. As Tennessee has the ball. Jordan Bowen at the right wing of the perimeter passes the ball off to Lamonte Turner. Turner dribbling, guarded by Tyler Hero. Passes the ball to Schofield at the top of the key. Schofield dribbling inside, and he is rejected by Reed Travis of Kentucky. Going the other way now. Kentucky with the ball. Trying to dribble inside, and there's a turnover by Ashton Hagans as he tried to take it between Tennessee defenders, and no foul called. Tennessee picks up the ball with 7:20 left to go. They take it past the timeline. It's Jordan Bone. The score right now, Kentucky 66, Tennessee 51. Jumper from the free throw circle, and it goes down. Hit the top of the rim and needed some help, and it got the generosity of the rim to rattle in. Jordan Bowden finally has 2 points tonight. 66-53, Kentucky with the ball at the right wing. At the top of the keys, Reed Travis dribbling with the ball. Left wing of the perimeter, Tyler Hero with the ball, dribbling with it. Hero trying to go inside, floats up a shot, and it hits the rim short. Gets his own rebound, no good. And he gets a third rebound, up and in by Tyler Hero. Doing it all himself after he missed a couple of shots, and he follows them up, and he gets his own offensive boards, and that's what the Kentucky Wildcats can do for you. And Tyler Hero wrecking you on the offensive rebounds like 2 times in a row right there. The score right now, Kentucky 68, Tennessee 53. We have a TV timeout on the floor. I'm going to update you guys with a chat. If you guys haven't done so, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions for college basketball games all season long, so don't miss a beat here with Behind the Arc Basketball. I've got you covered throughout the March Madness tournament as well. 6:45 left to go in a second. Just updated the score, and we're on a commercial break, so I'll go through this with you guys. Box score here for the leading scorers. Kentucky, 20 points. Leading the way is P.J. Washington. And then Keldon Johnson right now with 17 right behind them. 10 rebounds by Tyler Hero, looking at a double-double almost. He has 9 points right now for Kentucky. And then Reed Travis, along with that, 9.6 rebounds. So he's nearing a double-double just a little bit as well. The leading assist man for Kentucky tonight has been Ashton Hagans. He has 7 assists in this one. We look to the box score for Tennessee so far on this commercial break. We see 3 guys in double-digit points. Admiral Schofield right now with 17 points for Tennessee. Then coming in second right now is Grant Williams with 14 points for Tennessee and 11 points right now by Jordan Bone. We look to the team stats and we see how amazing Kentucky has been shooting the ball this game. 26 for 46 from the field. They're shooting the ball at 56.5% right now. They're hitting their shots. Tennessee currently is 19 for 48 from the field. Good for only 40% shooting the ball from the field. And what's been the killer for Tennessee is they've been getting out-rebounded this entire game. Kentucky's out-rebounding Tennessee in this one, 30-22. And we look to those fouls as well. Tennessee has committed 17 total fouls compared to Kentucky's 12. So right now, a lot of stuff has been killing Tennessee on and off. And they did get out to a 13-0 run in like 2.5 minutes. But then Kentucky has started to answer, and they've been on quite a roll these past few minutes. So feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. So this is where to be, is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, getting you covered here throughout the season, and of course the March Madness tournament. As right now, number 1 against number 5. It looks like number 5 is going to prevail at home tonight, but we still have 6:45 remaining. After this one will be Gonzaga against San Diego on ESPN, as Tennessee beat Gonzaga earlier in non-conference play as well, 76-73. Admiral Schofield hit back-to-back three-pointers in the win against Gonzaga this season. Kentucky is at the free throw line. Here we're back to action. The score is Kentucky 68, Tennessee 53 with 6:45 remaining. Kentucky at the free throw line with Tyler Hero. And he misses his first shot and sits as a 1-and-1. The opportunity for the rebound right there by Tennessee, and the ball gets tipped out of bounds. And Tennessee will get the inbound here with 6:40 left to go in the second. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Tennessee is down by 15. 6:32 remaining. Tennessee with the ball at the top of the key. It's Jordan Bowden passes the ball to right wing to Schofield, and he dribbles with it, and there'll be a turnover going back to Kentucky with 6:28 left. Going to update you guys with a chat with the score right here. Tennessee 53. Kentucky 68 with 6:28 remaining. As we do have a couple players checking out of the game here on the bench. It looks like Derek Walker came in for a minute for Tennessee, and now he's back on the bench. Kentucky with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Tyler Hero with it, and he passes the ball off here. Now goes to the top of the key to Ashton Hagen. 7 assists tonight for Hagens of Kentucky. Right wing three outside, Hero. And he misses. Offensive rebound by Reed Travis. Feeds Hero into the lane and is stolen away by Tennessee. 6 minutes left to play. Tennessee with the ball. Schofield feeds the ball. Left wing three. No good from the outside by Lamonte Turner. Rebounded by Kentucky. 5:50 left to go. Kentucky with the ball off the rebound. They take it past the timeline here, as Lamonte Turner's had a poor shooting night. 1 for 8 from the field for Turner of Tennessee. The ball fed inside. A jumper by Reed Travis hits the rim short. Rebounded by the Vols. They get the ball back, and they take it past the timeline here. Tennessee, Lamonte Turner feeds the ball back left wing of the perimeter to Schofield. And a feed down low. Too strong off the rim, but a foul called by Kentucky. So Tennessee will go to the line to shoot 2. That is right there, Tennessee. I think it was Jordan Bowden who got the backdoor screen here on this pass and tried to hit it home off the backboard, but he was just too strong. But he'll shoot 2 from the line. Looks like the foul was called on number 5, Emmanuel Quickly of Kentucky. So Tennessee is down 68-53 with 5:26 left. They're at the line with Jordan Bowden, and he hits his first. Make it 68-54. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, keeping you covered throughout the season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. Second shot from the line, and it hits the rim short. Rebounded by Kentucky with 5:20 left to go. Feel free to let me know down in the chat below who you're rooting for as well. Kentucky with the ball with 5:13 remaining, and it looks like a turnover here by the Wildcats on a travel. So I'll go back to Tennessee. So Tennessee gets the ball back on the inbound, and they're down by 14 for the Vols. Jordan Bone at the right wing of the perimeter. He passes the ball off. Now at the top of the key with it, Schofield passes. Right wing to Bone. Top of the key here, John Fulkerson off the bench into the game for Tennessee. As the pass goes to the free throw circle, trying to dribble inside, and the shot was short of the rim by Grant Williams, but he gets fouled, and He'll shoot 2 at the line. 4:53 remaining. So Tennessee going to the line with Grant Williams to shoot 2. Updating the chat here with a score 68-54. Grant Williams, he hits his first. 4:53 remaining. The score now is 68-55. Grant Williams on the season for Tennessee is shooting the ball from the free throw line at a solid 83%. Here's his second one. Nothing but net. Sink them both in. 56-68. Tennessee's down by 12. Kentucky now with the ball. 4:50 remaining to get it past the timeline with Tyler Hero. Feeds the ball top of the key. And P.J. Washington floats it up. Gets his own offensive rebound. And it's up. And then he gets fouled as well. P.J. Washington, number 25 of Kentucky. The sophomore from Dallas, Texas, doing it all himself tonight. With a huge floater up in the lane. Didn't hit the first shot, but he gets his own offensive rebound. Tennessee doesn't box out, and he puts his own shot back in. So PJ will go to the line for 1 as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing my next stream, Virginia Tech against Virginia on Monday, and I also have Duke against UNC on Wednesday. At the line for Washington, he hits it. And another note to make is that Admiral Schofield, the second leading scorer on Tennessee, has just fouled out of this game. So that's big for Tennessee. They're down 71-56. The Vols with the ball at the right wing of the perimeter. Lamonte Turner to Grant Williams now, right side of the perimeter. And the ball is stolen away by Kentucky. Reed Travis with the ball in his hands. 4:20 remaining. Kentucky with the ball. They get it past the timeline. It's Ashton Hagans. Hagans dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. Feeds the ball off left wing. And that ball is stolen away. Intended for Reed Travis. Fast break 1-on-1. And up to the hoop, up and in by Tennessee. 71-58. Don't count them out yet. 3:55 remaining. Kentucky with the ball. They pass the timeline, and it's stolen away by Tennessee almost. But do we have a foul here with 3:51? We're going to see. As a Tennessee player did steal it away, but then he hit the floor hard. That was Lamonte Turner who tried to steal the ball off of Ashton Hagans next to the half-court line. Gonna update you guys in the chat here with the latest score. The score right now, Tennessee 58, Kentucky 71. We have 3:51 remaining in this game. So let's see this right now. So it's a 71-58 game. 71-58 game. Just want to see what the last play was. Foul on Lamonte Turner of Tennessee. So Turner tried to get the steal right there off of Ashton Hagans next to the timeline, but he couldn't do it as he fell on the ground with the ball and reached in right there. Got called with a reach in. So looks like Kentucky will go to the free throw line when we get back after the break with Ashton Hagans at the line. But let's see right now what the team stats look like. Kentucky shooting the ball 54% from the field right now in this one. Tennessee shooting the ball at 40% from the field. Yeah, definitely this is a surprise right now. Number 1 team in the nation. But the thing about it is a lot of people were saying like they were asking themselves why Tennessee is like number 1 right now in the nation when like Duke has been absolutely incredible this season. Tennessee hasn't had a strong schedule. Their strength of schedule for Tennessee is 70th in all college basketball. They've only played two top 25 teams this season. This is their third. The only reason why they're sitting up at number 1 is because they beat Gonzaga back in non-conference play, and they wouldn't have beaten Gonzaga if it wasn't for Admiral Schofield, who hit back-to-back 3-pointers to win the game against Gonzaga. But, yep, yeah, they've played like all bottom conference SEC teams basically right now. They almost lost to Vanderbilt. Like that game, they had to take Vanderbilt in overtime in that game and beat them. They've played a couple of teams really close. I'm going to see. We're on a commercial break here with 3:51 remaining. Oh, we're back to action here. I'm going to pull up the the Big Ten is definitely the best conference right now. They look like they could have like probably 8 teams in the tournament. And then right after that, the ACC looks pretty good. But yeah, definitely it looks like 6 solid teams from the Big Ten. And then I think Minnesota and Ohio State will probably get in as the shot from the line goes down by Kentucky. It's 72-58 right now. Ohio State has a really tough schedule. They have to play 5 AP top 25 teams. So honestly, they might not even get in. And it might be a surprise who gets in from the Big Ten. I think they get 8 teams in there. I don't think Indiana and Nebraska are the answer. I think honestly how Illinois is playing, they've won 4 in a row right now. That Illinois, if they can sneak in and surprise everyone and somehow win that Big Ten tournament, they can like bust people's brackets. But right now, Illinois is 10-15. They've won 4 in a row. Though they beat Michigan State, they beat Maryland, and they beat Ohio State too. They could be a shocker as well. We'll see how they play against Wisconsin coming up this week, guys. Right now, the score is Kentucky 73, Tennessee 58. The feed inside, Kentucky with the ball. They kick it back outside. And the baseline, too, and they hit it for Kentucky. And now with a 75-58 lead with 3:12 remaining. Yep, Illinois has been really strong. They're going to be a team to watch out for the next, 2 or 3 years. And that's a basket inside by number 10, John Fulkerson of Tennessee. With 3:02 remaining, we have a timeout. The score is 75, Kentucky 60, Tennessee. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. So don't miss a beat here as I'll get you going up and through the tournament. I got Virginia against Virginia Tech. Thank you so much for the like. Virginia against Virginia Tech Monday night. And then Tuesday, I got Purdue against Indiana, and Duke I got playing against UNC on Wednesday. That should be an insane game. I did that Duke against Louisville comeback earlier in the week on Tuesday, down by 23 with 8.5 minutes remaining, and they won. That was insane. So I'm going to update you guys with a chat here, 75-60. Yep, that was incredible. That comeback. They went from, at that point of the game, 9 minutes left in the second half in that game. Duke had only 2 steals in that game, and then you look back 3 or 4 minutes later, 5 minutes to go. Duke went from having 2 steals to 10 steals in a matter of plays. They were getting back-to-back steals on almost every single play because Duke went with the full court pressure, or the half court trap on Louisville, and Louisville just threw the ball up and it kept on getting stolen. Yep, Louisville has played teams close throughout this season. I think they've played in 3 overtime games this season. They barely beat Clemson today with that block shot. Clemson almost had an amazing comeback in that one. That was a crusher for Clemson since they're on the bubble right now. But if you're joining me, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. What I do is play-by-play and live reactions. I'll be doing college basketball games throughout the whole season, of course, into the tournament. For me, I'm actually from New England, so I'm 20 minutes away from Providence, Rhode Island. So my favorite teams I follow is my local teams, but they're not that great this year. The Providence Friars and the Rhode Island Rams, UMass as well. But all those teams haven't been great this season, but love watching the game here as Tennessee just missed the 3-pointer with 2:05 remaining. Kentucky gets the rebound. But yeah, Rhode Island was good the past 2 seasons. They made it all the way to the Sweet 16 2 years ago, but they're in a rebuilding year this year because basically their whole starting lineup from last year's tournament team was all seniors. But yeah, I've been to a couple of University of Rhode Island games growing up. I've been to the PC Friars quite a bit. I went to a game. It was a close game this season, non-conference game. Since the Brown Bears are pretty close, I went to see them, and they beat Stony Brook in that game. Tennessee has the ball, and they're down by 15. 3-pointer from the outside, and they sink it with Jordan Bone, so it's 75-63 with 1:48 remaining. Gonna update you guys in the chat. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's so many teams right now in the Big East on the bubble. Seton Hall, Butler, doesn't look good for Xavier this year. Xavier just beat Providence today, and those are the two teams on the very bottom of the Big East. But it looks like Villanova and Marquette are going to be locks. But other than that, St. John's has lost like the past few games or so. Butler, Seton Hall, Georgetown, all those teams are basically on the bubble. We have looks like we have a foul on Tennessee here with 1:35 remaining. Gonna update you guys with a score here in the chat, and feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I'll be doing play-by-play live reactions all season long to college basketball games. Kentucky at the free throw line with Ashton Hagans. And he hits his first one from the line with 1:35 remaining. So huge shocker today is this second half didn't start out close at all. It was a 14-0 run to start out the second half for Kentucky. He misses a second one from the lines. Hagans, 76-63, and looks like we do have a foul called on Kentucky there, and they look surprised. John Calipari he doesn't know why either. Let's see. Looks like it's a rebounding foul. Oh, looked like maybe a lane violation on a head start right there by Ashton Hagans, as he got his own rebound, and the refs just didn't count the basket right there for some reason. So we have 1:34 remaining. The score is Kentucky 76, Tennessee 63. And after this game, we'll go into the box score, and we'll go over the leading scores throughout this game. For my Big Ten team, it's a couple of teams. I really like Michigan State. I've always liked Michigan State. I think they have a chance this year, even though they did lose Joshua Langford. I think they still have a chance there. But also, yeah, last year for the NCAA tournament, I actually picked Purdue to win it, but they lost in the Sweet 16. But yeah, Purdue looks like they could, like, if they start getting like their away games together, it looks like Purdue could go pretty far in the Big Dance. I think they're undefeated at home still, as Tennessee did go to the free throw line, and they did hit 1 out of 2 from the line. So the score right now is Kentucky 76, Tennessee 64, 1:34 remaining. Kentucky to inbound. And Tennessee with just another foul that they gave. So 1:32 remaining. I say, yeah, Duke will be in there. Let's see. They bring up the thing. Yeah, I think Duke Gonzaga. I'm gonna get up the AP here. Let's see. So I know. But yeah, definitely looks like Duke and Gonzaga. What Gonzaga's been doing is just like really impressive this season. Just absolutely blowing teams out of their conference. Like they're beating teams by like 40, 50 points inside that WCC league. Yeah. Yeah, they need to move up sometime in the future for Gonzaga. I hope that they can like actually like move up sometime in the future. Let's see here. So I'm actually having like difficulty with the stream. I'm gonna see if I can get the stream here off my second computer. My other one just froze. So everybody just bear with me here. Feel free to let me know about any college basketball. Share, subscribe, as I'm gonna get this game up momentarily. My one of my computers that I had with the stats just froze up, so I'm gonna get it off the second stream. That's a first. Usually I'm able to stream everything pretty quite even, but right now that was just unfortunate how the stream just broke up. So I have it right here. The score is 77-66 Kentucky against Tennessee with 1:17 remaining. So right now we have Tennessee down by 11. And at the free throw line here for Kentucky once again. 1:17 left to go in this game. Tyler Hero at the free throw line. He's shooting the ball at 92% this season. 2 for 3 tonight. And he hits that one as well. 78 to 66 right now. Tyler Hero with 10 points, 12 rebounds. That's a career high. And he hits another. So score right now, 79 to 66. Yep. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's basically because Tennessee hasn't played anybody good this season. Wild shot from the perimeter, no good by Tennessee, and it gets rebounded by Kentucky, and they'll get the rebounds. So we're going to update you guys with the chat here. We got 1:09 remaining. We're 66, Tennessee, Kentucky 79. Back at the free throw line is Reed Travis for the Wildcats, and he hits his first, so it's an 80 to 66 game right now. Tennessee gets it back, so it's 69 to 80 after the three-pointer by Tennessee, and they commit another foul right there. Is that one? It's a foul committed by number 11, Kyle Alexander, on Tyler Hero. So back to the line here for Kentucky as they're up 80 to 69 with 59 seconds remaining. So back to the line, Tyler Hero. He's a 92% free throw shooter tonight. 59 seconds remaining, and he hits the first one. 81-69, Kentucky is up. I'm going to update you guys with the score here. Yeah, this is a total surprise about Tennessee. Kentucky is just, they've out-rebounded Tennessee this entire game right now. Second shot from the line, no good. And Tennessee now with the ball, trying to make something happen at the right wing of the perimeter. Three ball, and it hits the rim short. Rebounded by Kentucky, who picks it up as the bodies collide on the floor. It looks like it was Tyler Hero who picked up the ball with Jordan Bone trying to guard him. And Hero will go back to the line again with an 82-69 lead. So what we got? We got score with 44 seconds remaining. Okay. So the score right now is 82 to 69. Just updated the chat. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. Tyler Hero at the free throw line for Kentucky. He is shooting the ball at 92% from the line this season. The score right now is 83 to 69. Kentucky is up with 47.9 seconds remaining. And the second shot's a miss as it goes on the other end. Tennessee with a three, no good, and it's a rebound picked up by Kentucky. And a slam jam on the other end. Okay, cool. Yeah, Duke will move up to number 1 after this game. Sweet, I just got the other laptop back with the good stream here. So the score right now is Tennessee 69, Kentucky 86 with 30.5 seconds remaining. I'm rolling right now as I just got the other computer that I'm streaming the game from was frozen for a little bit, so I had to stream it off my stream laptop. With the ball now for Tennessee. With it with 26 seconds remaining. Top of the key three from outside, and it hits the top of the rim, and it's rebounded by Kentucky. And Kentucky will just run out the clock here as it looks like Tennessee's not going to foul. As I'm going to update this one as a final as number 1 has gone down tonight in Lexington against number 5. A huge win by the Kentucky Wildcats, 86 to 69. 69 for Tennessee, Kentucky with 86. That is the first win against an AP number 1 opponent since March of 2011. when Kentucky defeated Ohio State. So a huge win tonight for Tennessee here. We'll look at the box score in just a moment. Feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long, the college basketball games. And I'll be doing this all the way into the March Madness tournament as well. So don't miss a beat here with my channel. I'm going to update you guys here with everything that's been going on in this game inside the box score, as Tennessee right now falls to 11-1 in the SEC, 23-2 overall, as that 19-game winning streak has finally been snapped, as that is the longest active winning streak coming into this game, but they just lost. So now Kentucky with a big win after the revenge loss against LSU earlier in the week at the tip-in at the buzzer. So that was a huge win right there for Kentucky to get them back on track. And right now, looks like anybody's tournament basically, as the numbers will change throughout the course of this next week or so. So going to be interested to see how that happens with the seeding. But it looks like Kentucky right now should be back in the top 5. But I think the biggest mover of the week, even though they won by 4 points against Georgia today, has to be LSU. As you'll be seeing them move up quite a bit in that poll, as they don't look like a number 19 team right now. They look like they can move up quite a bit. Yep. Yeah, they've played a soft schedule up until now. We finally learned what type of team Tennessee is. Right now, they do get them again, Tennessee. They play Kentucky, and it's at Knoxville on Saturday, March 2nd at 2 p.m. So that'll be a big game as well. Hoping to stream that one if I'm around too. Got some big games this week as well that I'm streaming. Monday, Virginia against Virginia Tech at 7. And then I got Tuesday, Purdue against Indiana. The one that's going to be big is Wednesday, 9 p.m., North Carolina against Duke. That's going to be an insane game. And then Michigan against Minnesota. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. Thursday at 7 p.m. as well, as Minnesota's right on the bubble as well. As we look to, Duke's been playing lights out as of late. That starting lineup is absolutely incredible. North Carolina can score a lot of points. They're not like the best defensive team, but yeah, they're really, really good at rebounding, North Carolina. But Duke's absolutely like incredible, like top in the nation, like top 5 in college basketball in steals per game, blocks per game. Also, they score a ton of points on you. That should be a good game. North Carolina also scores a ton of points, so that could be like a point fest, like high 80s, 90s. Let's see where that game is at. Yeah, that one looks like it's home at Duke, I think, for that one. It's Wednesday at 9. I'm going to be doing that stream. So let's go over the leading scorers here for this game, and we see that Kentucky was led by P.J. Washington. He had 23 points on the night. Huge game by him. And Reed Travis chipping in 11. They had 4 players right here in double-digit points. Second on the team in scoring tonight, Keldon Johnson, 3 for 6 from behind the arc. 19 points for Keldon tonight. And Tyler Hero with 15 points tonight and 13 rebounds. He had himself a double-double game for Tyler Hero. What a game for him. We look to Tennessee here in the box score. Admiral Schofield leading the way with 17 points. No, he's second on the team, 17 points. Jordan Bona, 19 in there. I'm looking at the stat on the bottom here. Is 8 for 13 from the field. Grant Williams had 16. So the leading scorer coming into this game was Grant Williams with 16 points, but he's ends up being third on Tennessee tonight. I'm going to look at some of these team scores for you guys, and the reason why Kentucky won is because of these categories right here. Shooting percentage, shooting the ball really, really well from the floor. 54.7% shooting from the floor compared to Kentucky's 40.7%. As we look to the rebounds, Kentucky out-rebounded Tennessee throughout the entire game in this one, and they cruised to that rebounding advantage. Out-rebounded the Vols 39-26 in this game. Coming into this game, Kentucky ranked 3rd in all of college basketball in rebound margin per game, as they averaged just below 10 rebounds more than each opponent faced this season, and that average will go up after they just out-rebounded Tennessee by 13 rebounds in this one. A lot of categories here that Kentucky did well in that Tennessee did not tonight. Tennessee committed 25 fouls on the night compared to Kentucky's 15, so that was a killer for them as well. And it also killed that 2 of their players also fouled out in this game. One of them was their second leading scorer, Admiral Schofield, who fouled out with 5 fouls. But yeah, that's basically it tonight. I'm going to look here to AP Top 25. Yeah, looks like Duke should definitely move up to 1 as they beat Louisville. And they beat North Carolina State today, so they're definitely worthy of number 1. And then right behind them should be Gonzaga. As we'll see how that game plays out as well, but it looks like Gonzaga should be on the 1 line as they do have a game against San Diego. They're playing right now. They're up 20-15 against San Diego right now at the moment. Yes, thank you so much, man. I'll be back on Monday night, 7 o'clock, Virginia against Virginia Tech. Going to be a high-packed rivalry, so that'll be great. Feel free to tune into my streams all season long. I'll get you covered with the tournament as well. Thank you so much, man. It's a pleasure to have you join. So I'm thinking the 1 line, I'm thinking Duke, I'm thinking Gonzaga, and then looks like Kentucky might move up to that, and then Virginia, because the thing about Michigan is that they lost earlier in the week at Penn State, and Penn State is dead last in the Big Ten. So I think it will be Duke, Gonzaga, Virginia, and Kentucky when the next ranking comes out on Monday. I don't think the LSU loss earlier in the week is going to affect the Wildcats in this one because they beat Tennessee. I think they're going to jump over Tennessee here, and they're going to be in there as well. Yep, a lot of these teams with bad records are much better at home this season. So one of them's Purdue. I think they're still undefeated, but on the road they haven't been that great this season. But yeah, that's basically about it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining my stream. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction all season long. Join me Monday night, Virginia Tech, 7 p.m. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. This has been it. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and have a nice night, everybody. Enjoy.